terrain and bodies of water, prevalent plants. Well, I mean, we might be able to find some good herbs and shit. Prevalent plants, minerals, animals, or peoples. Powerful celestials, fae, fiends, elementals, or undead. Influence from other planes of existence and buildings. For example, you could determine the location of a powerful undead in the area, the location of major sources of safe drinking water, or the location of any nearby towns. Well, there we go. Let me add commune to nature. God.
Ooh. Okay. 10 might not be that bad.
Oh, uh-oh.
So the thing that I get is I get to craft items at half speed, or craft magic items at half speed and half cost, which still means it's going to take 3 days to a week and like hundreds of gold. So whatever. However, the infusions that I get.
Wait, you completely broke up there about the infusions. It's about as far as I got.
Oh, it's not. I have a big old list of stuff that I can for level 10.
Oh, nice.
I'm trying to figure out what is the best. Like a cloak of protection, probably.
Well,
Hat of
shit.
disguise,
Possibly. For infiltration.
pipes of the sewers. What the fuck is that?
You can control and summon swarms of rats.
I was thinking that's what it was.
Swarms, you say?
Yeah, they're literally classified as like rat swarms.
There's too many things to choose from this list. I'm actually at a loss. Gloves of missile snaring?
Nope. Grab arrows out of the air.
Kind of worries me that Willis hasn't even put his DJ in here yet. Usually he's like early.
Chris isn't on either.
However, he is logged into Roll20.
Oh, there you go.
Chris is, but Will is. But
Um,
Chris isn't.
No, Chris is. He's just not logged into this chat. He's in the general.
There
And
he
Will
goes.
has logged both off, so presumably he's having issues at home.
Presumably. I just want to play Monster Hunter.
Me too.
So, Pipe of the Sewer summons rats within half-mile radius of you to be called to form a swarm.
So there's a chance that it'll do nothing.
There is a chance, as determined by the DM, that it will do nothing.
Roll on the wild magic table. Go.
So basically, the rats have to do a contested wisdom against your charisma stat, and if you lose the contest, then the swarm just behaves as swarms of rats do. But if you win, then they become under your command.
But okay, what can they do? I mean, how big a swarm is it? Like,
These are all questions that I don't want to give Will the opportunity to fuck us with. Gauntlet of Ogre Power.
Yes, I'll take it.
No, just make sure strength 19. It can't go above 19.
But I get a feature at some point that lets my strength go all the way up to 24.
No. What I'm saying, okay, so it makes them 19. If your strength is above 19, they have no effect.
Oh,
Yeah,
Alright,
they're not
so-
helpful.
why? Yeah.
Wait. What's your intellect?
My int is 8.
Okay, what would you say? Bear with me now.
Go ahead.
To a headband of intellect that gave you 19 intellect just for wearing it.
Smartest barbarian ever.
Hello,
But
Ron.
hello. Ye wanted me to have that before. He wanted me to have something along those lines or wisdom lines, so I couldn't. So when I had the saving roll, I rolled nice and high.
No, screw that. I just want you to wake up one day, put on a headband, and all of a sudden you go from me push-ups to, yes, I think I'm going to go and do some nice workouts today.
Oh my god. Smart barbarian. It really makes it just takes your ability score just to 19 from wherever you are.
Yep.
Oh my god.
We had something similar with a sheep in one of my other campaigns where we gave it something that gave it like a high int plus like the ability to like understand all language.
Oh my god.
All right, mic check.
You're fine.
1, 2.
Mhm.
Yep.
Great.
Wait, who is this?
It's God. Hello, everyone.
Hello. All right, we're just gonna make this 7 out of 8 because I don't.
So
Just
I think it's
Josh's
incredibly.
volume.
I think it's
Okay.
incredibly bullshit that there's a 19 strength item, a 19 intellect item, but
I'm
there's none for the other stats.
Do you know that's the case? That's what all I have access to in Fuse right now. I don't know.
I have a look. There's a 19 dex item is incredibly overpowered because it changes different stats. There's not one for wisdom. The best you can get is like one of the ion stones, which gives you I think a +2.
Oh.
In my game, they all exist. So
Ooh.
Oh.
there you go.
Can I
Nice.
also
just
infuse the other
decided that.
ones?
Can Josh
No.
infuse them?
Not until I think about the impact.
Just so you know, it's level 10 infusions for strength and intellect. So if the other ones are that much more powerful, I don't know, 14?
I'll
That's
look at
like-
it.
That's the next batch of infusions that I get,
I'll add it to my notes.
which include an amulet of health, braces of defense. Yo, 14 is gonna be baller. Horn of blasting? Oh my god.
What level are you guys now? 9?
9.
Yes.
Mhm.
And we prepared level 10s, I believe.
What do you mean, wait?
I just followed directions.
I prepared nothing.
Oh. I prepared level 10.
I mean, I just have to click a few buttons in D&D Beyond.
Yeah, I'm prepared to prepare level 10.
Yeah, I think for most class at this point, you guys know your class so well that it's like adding one thing. So I don't
Yeah,
think
that's
it's
pretty
huge.
much it.
I got
I-
one
I get
spell
it.
and one feature.
I get a spell too. I'm not shitting you. I get a spell.
See,
not just-
that's why you need the
So I'm just
headband.
gonna give you guys a heads up that at level 11, you are all going to get a free feature as well as your level up for hitting the halfway.
Oh.
So you can start thinking about that now.
What do
you're-
you mean?
If you're yay and you're gonna mull over the decision,
What's the what feature? What are you talking about?
like you can just take a feature.
Oh, baby
Oh
girl.
god damn you!
Oh, baby
I'm
girl.
mostly doing this to give yay like angina for the next 2 weeks or 4 weeks, 6 weeks, however long it takes to become level 11.
Like take a feat? Take a I'm
Yes,
I'm still
like-
okay.
Yeah, take a feat. Yeah.
Okay.
Do we have to
Ooh.
justify it? Or can
I
we
would
just,
like you to
can
be
we
able to
just be like,
justify it.
I got dual wield spec now, baby.
I mean, listen, if you want to be a dual wield sorcerer, More power to you. So leading up to it, I'd like to make it make sense. So I'll talk to each of you leading up to it. But I mean, if it doesn't, it doesn't. So. I would think that with your characters, it probably will make sense unless someone does take dual wield spec for some reason.
I'm taking Warcaster.
You do have one spell.
You have
For
one
all
spell,
purposes.
and now you can cast it in someone's face.
Excuse me, gentlemen. I have 3 spells.
Oh.
Those are rituals, though, right?
Wait.
3 ritual spells: Be Sense, Speak with Animals, and Commune with Nature. So they're all useless, but
So they're all redundant of what Ye does better at this point.
yep, exactly. Allegedly.
All right, so I don't know if you guys noticed, I rolled a 2. No one's off the table. That means Josh. Tell us what happened last time. I don't know if you took notes in New Hampshire.
No. We
Last time
did
was in
one
New
since New Hampshire.
Oh, that was the week before. All right, so you can definitely
Yes.
do it this
All right. So my notes indicate that we started with a Control S because we saved before we started going into the. Oh no, we did something before that. We started
You-
off
you
in a
guys did a
room with
lot of
all the
stuff
people in
before that.
masks. We
Yes.
went into the basement of the library, and we went into a room, and we had someone who had a lobster mask, like me, a lion mask, a panther mask. I'm a bull mask, and I think there's one more that I don't have. And essentially, we knew about half of the people who were in that room, and they were talking about what to do with King Brugger. And we decided to convince everyone that we should poison him because we're awesome. So we created a
One of
poison.
you is evil.
Shh. So we created the poison, and then we just tried to determine what it was we were going to do about the invitation that was given to all of the demi-humans in our party. We decided to infiltrate the party so we could try to poison Brugger. Before we went to poison Brugger, we went to the library, and I got Pinchy back because I desperately needed Pinchy. So I became a squirrel, and Ezekiel then became. No, I'm sorry. I became a rat. Ezekiel became a squirrel.
No.
And
No.
No,
you're right.
Ezekiel
Nostrid
became me.
Nostrid
I
became a squirrel.
Yes.
Nostrid became a squirrel. Ezekiel became Nostrid. That's right.
And the greatest
I was a
performance
rat.
of my
The greatest
career.
performance of anyone's D&D career. I listened to it again, and it was so good.
It was perfect.
So we all sat around the table. I tried to take glorious food off the table, and Ezekiel didn't let me because he's a dick.
Mhm.
And eventually, someone decided to poison the wine, even though we were eating with a bunch of dwarves. Luckily, King Brugger drank the wine. And after a while, he started to succumb to the poison. While we were there, we realized that he was pretty crazy, calling humans viruses, and that he wanted to be the emperor of all demi-humans. So while he was in the room, he said that he had already sent his army off to kill all the humans that were hiding in the mountain. Eventually, the meeting ended. We left, and we started to try to find Shane Panera, who was the person in the panther mask and also drank some wine. We needed to save her. And we also tried to find the person with the lion mask.
Brugger.
Triggerberg. Thank you. And also, Ezekiel drank 1 milligram of poison, and we had to save him.
There's commitment
So-
to the Vrod.
It was commitment, and it worked. So we all hid out in the library, and we met with Arthur, Jimmy, and Charity. Charity gave Ezekiel a large bag of books, and I learned about famous goblins, specifically Brix Rexy, famous goblin engineer. And then, while we were waiting, all hell fucking broke loose. Explosions, banging, everything. And so we sent Jimmy to go get Del and Pierre, Charity to clear the way, and we had what's her name? Shane Panera gather the army to fight their way towards the castle. We eventually got to the castle. We found Brugger and succumbing to the poison, while also releasing the giant volcano demon thing that tried to fucking kill us. After a long battle, with Pinchy killing 2 people and living with 6 hit points, we stopped the portal.
MVP
And
Pinchy.
that's what I got. What'd you say?
Pinchy was the MVP of that battle. But I'll also give a little bit to the huge elk that also got a kill as well.
Yeah, my vote goes to the elk. Sorry.
So you guys get 0 experience for that battle. It was KS's all around. So the only thing I'll add is that you also sent Arthur to meet Lucius
Oh, yes.
at his boat. So I'll add that in because that'll probably become important. But yes, great recap as always. So we'll pick back up right there. You guys are standing in the mouth of the volcano, surrounded by dead dwarves by your own hand. The portal is sealed. The tremors have stopped, and Truger Brugger, daughter of former King Brugger, has run back down the stairs. And I think you guys were ready to loot corpses.
Wait,
So if you remember, the Archmage was tossed into the lava, but Kick Puncher was able to save his amulet.
Yep.
You have the corpse of who's not here, the dwarf in the plate, who you never learned his name, and then you have the king's or emperor's corpse.
We
Can
were
I
giving
take the
all
plate
that shit
mail?
to his daughter.
You wear plate mail.
I mean, I am proficient in plate mail.
You should examine the king.
I-
The plate
and I-
mail. The plate mail. So we'll do the plate mail. So is normal plate mail. However, it does have the indomitable trait. So when you are wearing it, you are not able to be intimidated. Get a longsword is just a standard longsword though. I'm not sure anyone can. I'm not sure anyone can
wants plate.
actually wear plate mail in the party, unfortunately.
I can wear it, but then I lose my.
Yeah, you lose all your barbarian stuff.
Well, no, you don't lose all your. Just the unarmored defense is what you.
What's your
lose.
AC at though?
16.
Plate mail's 18.
So you should switch for plate mail.
Yep. Let me make sure I don't lose anything else though, just to because I. Have,
Well, you put it in your bag. How about that? Like,
let's put it in the bag. Yeah.
I'm gonna
and
bag
then-
the longsword as well because monies.
Yeah. Nice.
I'll just hold open my
then,
bag of holding real quick.
Yeah, just start
Dump it
dumping
in.
corpses.
Yeah, sure. Let's put the corpses in. It'll be fine. I'm sure we can find someone. I'd like to turn to Ezekiel and point to his ring and tell him to throw it into the lava before it's too late.
I'm going to be taken very aback by this and clutch it close to my chest. Never.
I just got that. It took me way too long to get that joke. I apologize.
As long as you don't bite my finger off, I'm pretty okay.
I just hold up the amulet that I got and I kind of like point it towards Ezekiel and I say, I assume that you would want this.
I using Mage Hand to take it from him immediately.
All right, Seth. So you recognize this as a blue elf medallion, and you're not sure how the Archmage got it. It's a very rare magic item that a secretive sect of blue elves use to capture other people's magic. Unfortunately, you can see in the battle that it was damaged, and blue light is kind of leaking out of the bottom of it. But it still has power. So in game, so you can attract other people's magic that's targeted against any creature within 15 feet of you. You roll an intelligence saving throw against their spell save DC. If you succeed, you can reflect the spell as if it were your own. And then if you fail, it's just absorbed. and it's because it's broken. It's usable 1 time per day.
Okay, cool. Do you
Josh, you
have
better
a
make that
sheet for that,
headband for him.
or should I?
It so I didn't I to be honest, guys, I did not have a lot of time for today, so I'm missing a couple things that I will send to you during the week leading up to this. So
No worries.
So the other thing it does is because light is leaking from the bottom, it constantly produces dim light within 10 feet of you.
Okay. Do you have a copy pasta that I could have for that, or?
I'll send it to you during the week.
Okay, cool.
I cannot
If-
take the plate. I lose like the benefits of my rage. So
Don't
yeah,
Yeah,
you
I-
have
rage
I think
armor?
I think I took a quick look, and I don't think anyone could really use the plate,
Yep.
unfortunately. So.
the only thing else I want to know about that is, does it require attunement?
So I don't care about attunement limits. You guys
Okay.
can just stack magic. So
Okay.
I
Hell
think it's
yeah.
dumb. I hate having to make that decision. Just fucking stack that shit. You guys can become gods as you level up for all I care. So.
Okay.
Turns out I build the enemies against you, so it doesn't matter.
So, what does the king and the other priests have?
So the other priests just have simple robes, nothing worth taking. But the king's armor, you recognize it as a golden dragon scale mail. I'm sorry, golden dragon splint mail. So it is made out of the carapace of a golden dragon. So it has the characteristics of splint mail, which I think is 1 higher than what you have now.
Yeah, so
Or
it's
the same.
17.
17. You also now have resistance, assuming you take it, but I think you're the only person who could. Resistance to fire damage. And you can also sense the distance and direction of the closest gold dragon within 30 miles of you, if that's ever useful for you. So mostly it's golden splint mail that resistance to fire damage.
Anyone else want to contest this loot?
no.
I roll need.
You're
mean-
you're very.
Maybe his daughter wants it.
I was gonna say the I think Erkin can wear splint mail. I think he's the only other person that could.
No, I'm kidding.
It's also just awesome looking golden armor. So you'll have that going for you wherever you go. In case you weren't conspicuous enough, you're now golden.
Become the great golden god. It's I like it. Thank you.
Wow.
All right, so as you pick up his armor, something unusual happens as well. You start to notice Ezekiel and Erkin differently than you have before. You notice how they move. You notice, you start to pay attention to things you never noticed, how squishy they are compared to other races. And it's
no.
possible that a little bit of Emperor Brugger's essence is still in this.
Does
and
the
you
armor
gain-
make me racist?
And you nope, but you're gonna gain
Just
+1
brings out-
+1 damage to his favorite enemy, which was humans. So against
Sweet.
human enemy combatants, you gain +1 to all damages.
Ooh, nice.
Listen, it doesn't.
If you choose to make it slightly racist, that's on you. All right.
Bring out
That's
the
nowhere.
inner
That's
racist.
nowhere in my text here. So this one I actually do have a thing for it. So I'll link it to your journal. Maybe. Nope. I'll send it to you later. I created the magic item in D&D Beyond and then forgot to put it in Roll20. I don't know if I can. Can I? Does anyone know if I can link my D&D Beyond stuff, or is it locked for you guys?
I have
If
no idea.
if we're actually part of a campaign that you create, so if
Then
we
I can
create a
link it.
character sheet, and then you invite that character to the campaign, I don't know if you can link it otherwise. You might be able to. I don't know.
Oh, we'll just try.
Yeah.
I realized I made a mistake and put scale mail in the description, but it's splint mail in the actual item. All right, see if you can click on that and go somewhere.
Yeah, it's a 404 for me.
Nope.
All right, I'll just put it in Roll20 later. All right, anything else you guys want to loot?
All the cash. Where's all the cash?
I mean, did Brugger have a weapon?
So he had a battle axe. It was ornate but non-magical.
Sounds like something that we could use.
Or
Or
sell.
that we could give
Everything.
to daughter.
You guys.
I
Fuck
just
it.
feel bad.
We stuff all
I
the
mean,
dead
she
bodies
was.
into a.
To be fair,
bag
she
of
was in
holding.
on a plot. She was in on a plot to murder him. So I'm not sure how much familial loyalty. is there,
I mean,
but
I'm just. She was very hesitant to like come to terms with that. To
That's
be
true.
fair, so
I mean,
Also, I didn't appreciate when you said that he was crazy. His motivations were very sound. Right? Sometimes you got to fight fire with fire.
I'm sorry.
Literally.
Humans
Gotta-
are a virus. I'm just saying.
Yeah, listen.
He wants to be
sometimes-
the emperor of all demi-humans.
Sometimes when you're backed into a corner, right? It's you gotta have a nuke that you can play, right? That's how the fire demon was the nuke.
Hashtag not my emperor.
Yeah, how no, he was crazy. He invited 3
Wow.
Right.
people from a party of 5 and was hoping they were gonna turn on the other 2.
Oh, he was gonna kill the shit out of you guys too. I had
Yeah.
a whole battle planned for murdering you guys by yourself.
We
Okay,
would have just hid
Lucius-
away. It's okay.
Lucius was gonna help you.
Can I
Alright, so you
examine
guys
the?
are-
Can I examine like where the fire demon was
Sure.
held?
The portal now.
Is it still? Is it a shield or is it a portal?
Yeah. So basically, it's a no. It's like a. I'm sorry. Yeah, not a portal. It's like a blue like force field over basically the mouth of the volcano underneath you. So it stretches across from one side to the other, like directly over the center of the mouth.
Can I touch it?
Yes.
I don't know. Can you?
Sure. Go ahead.
oh,
I don't.
So I'm gonna
I don't know, man.
I'm gonna walk up to it and examine it and kind of gently touch the surface of it with my palm.
Am I picking up anything with my danger sense? Something I don't use very often.
So
You have
as soon
an
as
uncanny
you
sense.
so when you touch it, the first thing you notice is that it feels very moist, which is unusual. You're not 100% sure why it feels moist. Like it doesn't look like it should. But then you hear a voice go, "Release me." You want to release him? Good, you're magic.
Nah, bro.
I pee on the portal.
Is this all happening in my head? Or do I have to say this out loud?
Oh, that was just in your head.
So I'm gonna think back to it. Can you hear my thoughts?
I hear everything.
I'm gonna ask, what would it take to release you?
You could have just not stopped them. You know, that's just Will talking now.
That's true.
I need the life force of magical beings. The portal will fail. Bring them to me.
I'll keep that in mind. Thanks. And then
Making sure, is the voice coming across or no?
Yeah.
I have no
Uh-huh.
idea.
Yes,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
is.
Sometimes I don't know because I can't hear it.
I'm gonna say I'll keep that in mind. Thanks, and then I'll pull my hand away.
Okay. I did not expect that. All right, so what are you gonna do?
It's time to go.
Yeah, I think it's time to go.
We need to meet up with Jimmy and
where did Sugar run off to?
Just down the stairs.
save that plate. Jimmy could use that plate.
We
It's
saved
in
it all.
my bag.
That's true. We can use it. Shit, he's gonna be level 2 with fucking plate armor. That's way OP. Like if you were planning on twinking Jimmy, like I mean, this is a great start. So you just stop him at level 4. Just you rule that bracket. It's fine.
On the way back, he's just gonna challenge everyone to a duel.
Just you can rule that one bracket. All right, so you guys head back down the staircase, and if you recall, this emptied out into basically what is like the back of the throne room. As you come downstairs, you find basically not like the remains, but basically the mopping up of a battle. Most of the remains of the Steel Brotherhood are disarmed and, have surrendered. You see Truger Brugger talking to Shane Panera and her troops. You also see Jimmy, Dell, and Pierre in the room. Looks like they were fighting. And Nors, you notice that Jimmy's hands are coated in blood.
Yes.
He turns and gives you a bloody thumbs up.
I go grab his wrists and slap his hands onto. So he's got 2 handprints.
All right, so they're doing their thing. I mean, did you guys want to? Anyone particular you want to interact with first?
You said
NPCs.
Truger's down here.
So Truger Brugger is here talking to Shane Panera and some of the we'll call them like rebel troops.
I want to ask her. So what's next from here? How do you reestablish control?
I don't remember her voice. We need to. Actually, I like a deeper voice too. Or no, lighter. I don't remember. We need to call together. Well, like a council, and we need to make some fast decisions. I mean, word's going to get out soon if it hasn't already of what happened here. I mean, the people need reassurance that there's someone that's making decisions for them. We still have the army outside to worry about. We have a lot of work to do. I would ask for your continued assistance. I know that your input on how we recover the city is going to be invaluable. And then you can see Shane Panera has kind of like she's kind of looking at the back of Truger Brugger's head with like kind of like a frowny face.
Well, the whole reason we came here was, we needed the support from your people as well to take back our home. So if we continue to support this, do we have your word that you'll support us in our struggle to take back our home?
I want to say yes, but I'm not sure who has the authority to make that promise. I can speak for myself, and you have my support no matter what. I'm just not sure who is going to speak. I mean, are we going to have a king, a queen? I mean, we just don't know at this point. I mean, that's what we need to figure out first before any promise of aid can be promised. But I do promise you that you have Truger Brugger's support.
I think you know what's going to happen.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I think you know what's going to happen. You're
You
not
actually
trying to.
said that to her?
You're not trying to be queen.
If that is the will of the people, I will take that mantle upon myself. And you can tell that Shane Panera behind her definitely has like a scowling expression now.
Can I roll insight to see if she's being genuine about that?
Which one? Truger Brugger?
Trigger, yeah.
Definitely. Yep.
Yeah, it's just raw.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Holy shit.
Oh.
So you believe that I'm trying to make sure I phrase this the right way. So she's being honest. She wouldn't take it by force, but you can tell that she does think it's hers before anyone else's. But she is being honest. If they said no, she would acquiesce to that.
Okay.
And she is going to help you.
Okay.
Shit, I'll just send you my Excel spreadsheet with a 20. Like, here you go. Here's all her motivations and her thoughts.
I walk up next to her, and I present her with the axe of her deceased father.
What?
Perhaps you can find better use for this.
I thank you very much. She takes it gingerly. It is a family heirloom. I do appreciate you giving it back to me. You look really good in his armor, by the way.
It matches my hat.
That's fine. Gold's not really my color anyway.
Wow.
I flex.
She kisses her bicep.
Ah, yes, I know this game.
Yes.
And then Shane steps in and goes, "We need to make some quick calls. I would recommend that Shroomster and Truger, myself, and you can we convene in an hour at the Great Dining Hall. We need to discuss. We got POWs, the war. I mean, the army outside. So I mean, we have like 1,000 things to talk about. We say one hour in the Great Hall or in the dining hall.
Sure. You guys doing anything in an hour?
I mean, can I for the hour downtime?
I forget if you guys
can
want to take a short rest. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can I do a short rest and like try to tinker with my staff again?
Sure. Yeah, as long, I mean, you guys, I will consider a short rest if you guys are just not engaging in anything too strenuous. If you want to talk to people, or I mean, whatever you want to do is fine.
I'm guessing an 8 gets me nothing.
Nope. You think that it's made of
But
wood?
50 push-ups.
I want to.
That's a respectable amount.
I'm gonna take off the amulet and hand it to Erkin and say, what would it take to fix this?
I'm sure I can figure something out.
It seems to be still intact, but it's lost significant amount of power.
All right, let's pull up my sheet here.
So can we roll some hit die while
Yeah,
while we're
that's what I said.
resting?
That's why I gave you guys an opportunity here to get refreshed and back up. And said you still have the Jimmy Del Pierre combo. They're over on the side if you want. Pierre is just standing there doing backflips. He looks very proud.
Oh wait.
What is kick punch you're rolling?
Hit that.
Oh, hit die. I'm like, there's combat happening on the side.
I have rolled an Arcana check with my Tinker's tools to see what the fuck I need to do to fix that amulet.
So with a 27, which is a lot, but this is a supremely powerful artifact. You think
Should I
that
roll history instead?
you could fix it. You don't have unlimited power to fix everything. You think that you could fix it if you had access to the same material that it was made out of, which, as far as you know, is a resource that is kept by the Blue Elf Society, which is kind of like a secretive sect of wizards.
So using my faith, I have a book for that. I read a
do.
book about this blue elf sect. And what do I know about them? Never mind. I can't use that. I lied. I have to long rest. It's on cooldown.
Yeah.
I'll try to remember it later.
Okay.
All right.
It'll give me time to make some stuff up about blue elves.
I was gonna ask Lucius. I was like, he's gotta know something.
Oh, you racist motherfucker.
They all know each other.
You think they all know each other? He is I don't even remember, high elf.
He is
I think.
a man of the world who travels around and knows lots
That's
of
true.
things.
Okay, for that
Excuse
reason,
me?
yes, he might know.
Wow. Wow, now who's racist?
Should we talk to Del and Pierre? I mean,
I was waiting for them, my friends. That's really all I want.
All right, you guys going over there?
Yes.
You walk over and Del looks very like weary, right? And you can tell that the combat took a lot out of him. But Pierre looks joyful as always, and he goes, "My friends, I've heard of the great work you've done in this city. Pierre Beauregard Devereaux is so proud of you. Tell me all about the battle with the Imix."
It was very hot.
Eloquent as always, my friend.
Speaking of it being very hot, when does our exhaustion go away?
It's gone.
Okay.
there was no battle. We won.
History is written by the victors. My friend, that is some very nice golden armor you have. I once had some golden armor just like that, gifted to me by the king of the halflings. It was stolen, though. He's looking at your armor very carefully.
That's unfortunate. Did thieves come in the night? Were they perhaps quite taller than you?
He looks very upset by that. Like, no, Pierre Beauregard Devereaux was drunk and I couldn't find it. But that is neither here nor there. The armor does not
gambling.
make the man.
Gambling will undo any man, sir.
Your little friend, and he points at Jim. He's like, he came to get us as you know, we came as soon as we could to mop up this, and then he like spits on the ground, this useless dwarf trash.
Oh.
I figured that you had everything well under control above. I mean, it was only one Imix.
That's true. If it was 2 Imixes, we might have had a problem.
Well, then you would need Pierre Beauregard Devereaux. He will take one, you will take the other, and we will be good.
I look at him dubiously.
How many Imixes have you slain?
Hold on.
Not being, I'm playing along with what I assume is a joke.
19 Imixes.
That's
is
it.
Nice.
My grandmother has
used to
sold
run rampant.
27.
They used to run rampant through Halfling Downs, but not anymore. Not after Pierre Beauregard Devereaux had something to say about it.
I mean, he's still alive up there. You want me to go let him out?
Investigation
Kill him?
or no, insight check to see if he's,
Oh,
bullshitting us.
He is a rogue bard, so hold on, let me bring up his character. God, roll.
He did.
I roll a 23.
Oh, nice. Hold on.
I fucked up and rolled a d8 the first time.
Oh, you think that he may be exaggerating?
I
And
nod
with a
sagely.
plus 11, I still fucking lost. All right. I mean, is there anything else you guys want to do, or you want to head
I'm
over
going
to
to
the-
try to brew a potion.
go for it?
All right. I'm going to use a blue mushroom, a Lexaturna, and a piece of Genko brush.
Okay. What are you trying to make?
I am trying to make a tasty draft beer that heals for 1 hit point plus the drinker's constitution modifier with an enchantment that will randomly increase one of the drinker's ability scores by 1d6 for an hour, and
Damn.
which should give, what is it, plus, actually wait. This is double the dice roll of any healing effect. This has a healing effect, but I'm assuming there's no dice roll.
Yeah, it doesn't double. It doesn't double
Hmm.
this one because there's no dice size.
All right, so we'll just do the first. So the first two.
So, but I think you're using a blue mushroom, right? Because the Lux Eterna was the other one.
I'm using one of each.
Okay, so you're okay. So hold on. So the Lux Eterna is an enchantment potion, so it can't be the enchantment ingredients can't be mixed with the
Oh, I
potion
thought that
stuff.
they
Yeah,
could.
so because you haven't made, I don't think, an enchantment yet, so you need elemental water as a base. I'm just gonna send you this whole list, by the way. Elemental water as a base, and then you mix that with any of the other ingredients that are enchantment to make the other potions.
Okay, well then screw it. I'm just gonna make the Lexaturna then.
Do you have
So-
elemental water?
Yes, the water of endless, the decanter of endless water has
No.
element. It's
Are
decanter.
you trying to make the draft beer, or you're trying to make the ability score one?
I see. All right, give me a second. I gotta relook at all these things.
Yeah, sorry. I'm
It's
just
all
gonna
good.
send you this whole list. And then you can, yeah, try to clean up how it works, because a lot of the stuff I gave you won't mix in any way that makes sense. So it's kind of separated into like healing potions and things of that nature, and then like enchantment potions.
I see. That out. Cut that out. Well then, we're gonna continue going for a bit while I try to figure out what I want to. So.
Yoki.
Ba, ba, ba. All right, what are we doing, guys?
Um,
I don't really know actually.
So, like I said, you have some time to kill if you guys have anything you need to do. If not, you can head right to the meeting, like a city council meeting.
I think it's time to form the Dorman Continental Congress.
Yeah.
I need to present Jimmy to them too. If I'm gonna give him the Cavalier background or the
And he
Oh.
needs to be knighted.
he needs to be. I don't know if he needs to be knighted so much, but he could be along that path. He wants to be a hero.
I thought it was gonna be an arcane archer.
No, you put too much into his strength. You already told me that. I can't make him an arcane archer.
Okay, I'm sorry.
How dare I?
But if I put that plate on him, and then the Cavalier is all about defending everybody. Yes, he can ride a
There you
horse
go.
if I need him to, but
Sounds good. Okay, what are you doing, guys? Pick a
Alright, let's go to
direction.
the-
Anyone
go
you
to the
want to talk
meeting.
to, or you're going to the meeting?
I think we're just
Let
gonna
us
I have nothing.
go to the meeting.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you guys head into the meeting. So as promised, Shane Panera, Truger, Shroomster, and yourselves are arrayed around the table. Truger, or actually Shane, starts talking once everyone is seated. And she goes, "Thank you all for coming on such short notice. We need to get this under control. The city's coming back around, but I mean, my personal guard is sorely undermanned to try to maintain order in the city. Um, we have POWs from the Steel Brotherhood that we need to decide what to do with, and also the army outside. But I think the first thing we need to do is decide. I mean, how are we going to rule this city? Is it even ours to rule?
Does Naomi have a seat?
Naomi does not have a seat. No. There is a mining automaton sitting at a seat. No, unfortunately not. That would have been awesome though.
We
Mhm.
chose wrong, guys.
New
Chose
game
wrong.
New Game Plus. Take the other path.
Oh yeah.
Then you can be at the first automaton conference.
Damn. We saved too late, guys. I still have where we control est.
And then Pierre and Dell are also in the room with you guys. They're kind of like standing towards the back.
If I may offer an opinion,
Oh boy, here we go.
Please, by all means, this is an open forum.
perhaps voting in a leader is not the best time for that at this moment. I think with what is at our gates, they are not going to simply wait indefinitely. We may have bought ourselves a day while they sit back and watch, but surely they're not going to wait forever. A war council should be formed first, and then we can take a popular vote should that be the destination.
I agree 100%. I mean that makes sense. And you can see that Truger looks a little bit sad, but she hides it well. And Shane goes, I mean, this is the War Council here. The only other member of the leading families, Brindle Einstein, died last night from poison.
Oh
one of-
no! What
one of
happened?
one of one of the we were all in on it. There's no need to pretend. One of the things that we need to figure out what to do with is with his son, who's extremely angry. So he's demanding time in front of the council. But I think the first thing we need to do is deal with the remains of the Steel Brotherhood. Does anyone
Good
have
idea.
does anyone have any suggestions on what to do with them? Do we trust them? Can they be repurposed to I mean,
Send them right out the
augments
front door.
to
Um,
attack the army.
I mean, you're gonna have to stop that army sometime, aren't you?
can they be broken up and put into units where they're not all together?
Yeah, that would be reasonable. There's only about 40 members of the Steel Brotherhood left. They are the most elite fighting force that we have. We can definitely break them up and put them in the army. I mean, we could repurpose them as labor in the mines. I mean, repairs in the city. I mean, the city's falling apart as well.
Is it reasonable
If
to
they're
assume
the
that they'll
best
listen to Truger?
fighters,
I'm sorry, one person.
Go ahead, Josh.
if they're the best fighters, I say they should probably be fighting.
Okay, so we break them up and we insert them into the regular army division.
Isn't it is
What
it reasonable to
about
assume that they're
shock
going to listen to
troops?
Truger?
Sorry, one more time, Seth.
Is it reasonable to assume that they're going to listen to orders from Truger if they were the elite guard of the king previously?
I mean, I think they will, but I mean that is a risk. I think if we break them into small enough groups, I think that'll definitely help integrate them back into. I mean, they're not bad people. I mean, they were following the orders of our rightful king. I mean, we can't blame them for that. But they did do terrible things in his name. So again, I mean that's a decision we have to make. My vote is also to separate them and put them into the army, though.
I mean, I'm for it.
I'm for it.
I
my
do
idea.
not know. I do not know enough of your local culture to contest this decision.
All right, then on to the next matter. And two of the rebel guards pull Lannion Brugger into the room. So you'll remember that he was the scribe of King Brugger. He was at that dinner. And Truger goes, I mean, this is my cousin. So I'm gonna abstain from voting on this one. She kind of backs away from the table, and Shane goes, this one was definitely a lackey to King Brugger. I'm not sure. I mean, what do you guys think? Can he be trusted to serve as a scribe for us, or what would we do with him? And Lannion Brugger looks very like shaky, and he's like, I was just doing what I was told. I didn't know he was a bad guy.
Are you sure?
Wow.
I mean, didn't everybody know he was a bad guy?
I mean, he was my uncle. I mean, I just did what he told me to do. Please don't hurt me. And Shane is shaking her head. I don't know what we can do. I don't know enough about him to say one way or another.
I turn to Truger and I say, you are a consummate professional. What would you do? Were this anyone else's relative?
It's hard for me to separate like that, but I would say that he was too close to the king. I mean, perhaps we can. Perhaps we can let him leave the city. I don't want to kill him. I just don't know if he can be trusted to stay here.
Don't let him leave the city. He can give up secrets. But
I am not convinced that we need to punish him any further than what he has already experienced.
Community service.
yep. Ooh. Can he
I
go?
mean, the city is in desperate need of repair. I mean, we can give him to the workers in the city as labor. Not sure how useful he'll be, but I mean that is an opportunity. Let him work off his debt.
I turn to him and I say, Scribe, are you willing to put your hands to hard labor to redeem the actions to which you have committed?
I'll do whatever it takes. Just don't hurt me.
Hold on. You literally know pretty much everything that Brugger was doing, right?
I mean, the stuff that he included me in on, I mean, definitely, I wouldn't say everything.
So you
Hmm.
could,
I mostly just wrote his letters and set his appointments.
and you remember the majority of the stuff he asked you to write and the appointments that he had? Or did you
Uh,
keep copies of anything that you did?
I mean, I probably can remember most of it.
I feel like there's a lot of useful information we can glean from him regarding what he was planning to do with the humans, how he was planning on releasing, the power of the volcano. I don't know. Maybe we could try to glean a lot of information before forcing him to work.
Not to mention, the dwarves now more than ever have a responsibility above all to protect the entity that lives in this volcano, because it's not gone.
Mm.
Perhaps he should go work in the library, and our librarian friend can get that information from him.
Man. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say I support this, but what were you going to say?
No, that's fine. I was gonna just feed into it. So we should send him to the city library. I'm not sure how it held up with all the destruction last night, but if not, he can help put it right again.
I was just going to say that.
Possibly with one or more city guards to also help and watch over him.
Okay, and Shane looks at the rebels and she goes, "Go make it so." And they leave, and he goes, "Thank you, thank you," and they kind of drag him away.
See, not all humans are bad.
He doesn't hear you.
He's gone. Yeah. And then Shane goes, "This is going to be our most difficult one to deal with." And she claps her hands again. And you see, escorted by 2 guards, but they're not laying hands on them, is a youngish dwarf. Definitely physically fit and kind of wearing fine clothes. And Truger goes, "This is the son of Brindle Einstein." And the young dwarf goes, "You're damn straight I'm the son of Brindle Einstein, and you assholes murdered him. What do you have to say for yourself? How could you do this?"
Murder's a very strong word.
It's an accurate word from what I've heard.
I don't
What
know
gives
if
you
you
the
know
right?
the definition of murder, sir.
What gives you
Your
the right to come into our city and depose our rightful king?
Your father was a revolutionary. He understood the risks of revolution.
I'll correct you that his father was not a revolutionary.
Oh, he was not in the basement meeting.
Nope.
No, the Einstein family was not a good family.
Oh right, no, they were. Oh, yes, they were the assholes. Never mind.
Yep.
Okay,
they're the
I'll pretend.
assholes.
I'll pretend you didn't say that though. So, and they weren't assholes. You guys just didn't approach them. So you never swayed them to your side like you did with the other 2. God, so quick to judge.
Wait. The Einsteins, were they in charge of
More.
forging?
They're
Like
yeah,
the
they're in
equipment?
charge of creating
No.
weapons and armor.
We 100% approached them, and they were assholes.
You approach that one guy who's not a
Okay.
representative of the entire family.
I mean,
Let's agree to
still hired
disagree.
Every
That's true.
dwarf I meet is a representative of all dwarves. So.
That's true.
Whoa. Whoa.
On
Who
this
has
He
an
can say
side
armor
that.
of the
again?
He can say that. He speaks Dwarven.
every Seth I meet is a representative of all Seths.
How many sets do you know?
I mean, you might be the first one, but again, that's
Wait. The first or the only one? Hold on.
yes,
That's a key difference. Yes.
But they're not mutually exclusive.
All right.
So he goes. So what do you have to say for yourself?
Hold on. How do you know that we did this?
The rumors are all over the city.
Oh, you trust rumors?
In this case, I do. I mean, you can deny me this. The king lies dead above us. Do you deny your actions?
Oh, no. We're not denying that we killed the king. We're just denying that we killed your father.
I don't deny that we saved this entire city from destruction
That's
of a fire
that's what
demon who is coming to destroy you.
that's what you claim. However, it could be the sanctuary that we were seeking. This was a weapon of great power that we could have turned against our enemies. Now we have an army at our doorstep and nothing to do with them. Are you going to go fight them by yourselves? No, it will cost lives, dwarven lives. So I ask again, what gives you the right to come into our city, kill our king, and dictate to our people?
Well,
So
first of all, we're not dictating anything. We're merely offering suggestions.
Good sir, are you a follower of the ways of Murden? Surely you would know by the teachings of Murden that he would not approve of summoning fiends from the pit.
Ooh, religion.
Yeah. I don't believe in that garbage.
His
Spout
name
your
is
nonsense
Einstein.
elsewhere. I was
You
going
would-
to flip
You
on
would
your head.
turn away from the history of your forefathers. You are a disgrace of a dwarf.
Religion is for the cattle outside. We operate on larger terms.
I fold my arms and turn my back to him.
Oh, snap.
Out of curiosity, wouldn't having a large fire demon mean that there would be no more use for your family in creating weapons and arms for the dwarves? What would you do instead?
There will always be a use for weapons and arms.
But if there's the giant power that can demolish armies, then it looks like you don't need it anymore, right? That's what you just told us. That's what you're going to use it for. So
Then we become redundant and useless. I would rather have that than spend the lives of the dwarven people. Do not think me vain.
how many
Trapped by
dwarves?
my
How
powers,
many,
the trappings of my own power.
how many dwarves died by the rumblings just from trying to awaken him with the crumble of the city?
He looks a little downcast at that one.
What have you done since then to help repair the city?
I've been held by your people. There's nothing to be done.
no one's holding you against your will right here.
Yeah, we heard you demanded to be here.
Shane Panera looks at you and she shakes her head a little bit. I don't know if we can release him into the city with his attitude. Unfortunately,
Should we just have him join
could-
his father?
he could rouse resistance against us, and we just can't afford that right now.
If who would head that family then?
He had a younger son as well, just a child. I'm not sure where the lineage would fall after that. It wasn't a large family, unfortunately. We could, we could potentially do away with the family entirely.
I am against this course of action.
Not
You-
from a killing them all standpoint. Just we remove locks, and then we just don't invite any of the other members of the family.
And who's
I
going
feel
to
like-
construct your weapons and armor?
They can do the work without necessarily getting a vote.
I feel like that's a harsh course of action for essentially taking the side of the reigning ruler. The entire
Well,
family shouldn't be punished.
and Sugar Pipe said, then what would you recommend then? I mean, we can't release him. We can't keep him here. He's a fucking asshole. Like, what do we do with him?
I'm sure that he also wants to help the people. He could, under supervision, help the people in his own way. No?
He could, but I mean, I don't know if we have the resources to watch all these people night and day. I mean, the Einsteins have a large following. If they had someone to rally behind, I'm not sure we can risk it. But I will leave it up to a vote. Do we send him out into the city under supervision?
I
I
vote
mean,
life.
we will need weapons and armor, no matter what we do, whether we flee or whether we are attacked or whether we attack. We'll still need supplies and armor and weapons.
I turn back to him. Would you put your skill to arming your dwarven brethren, or would you prefer the path of death?
Well, it's
It- Does does your honor prohibit you from working with those you perceive to be the enemy?
All right, yeah, we got to it. Persuasion check. Maybe we gotta roll a couple dice during this conversation.
So what do you want me to roll?
Persuasion.
That's what you're trying to do, right?
7.
Wow.
Oh my
Uh,
god.
A choice between death and any other option is not a real choice. I will swing my hammer and I will make your weapons and armor, but that does not mean that I support you for what you do here. But if the choice is between that and death, I of course choose life.
I am happy to see you exercising your freedom.
What happens after we leave, Einstein?
I'm not sure what you mean by that, Chris.
What happens after we are not here and you have just this council?
I guess we'll have to see what happens. I don't think we'll live long enough for it to matter anyway. There's a reason that the king sought the path he did. We do not have the martial might to fight that army. And even if we did defeat them, what would we do? The emperor to the south would just send another army, larger. There's no hope to win this without a weapon. And you ruined any chance at that.
I am the weapon.
And then you kiss your bicep. Do
Yes.
it. Kiss it.
Yes, I do. I kiss my bicep.
I also kiss my bicep as he does it.
Pinchy kisses his claw.
You've doomed us. You don't even realize it.
I mean, the force that you thought was going to save you, this fire demon in your volcano, was no match for us. What makes you think that we're not going to be able to stop Balefire?
Mm.
I like to point out that he was totally a match for you. He never got out of the thing.
Hey,
so
hey,
You can
that's-
point out
I'm
whatever
sorry,
you
We're,
want.
I'm
we're
sorry,
not. We're not talking about
do we
that.
know?
And this guy, and also this guy wasn't there
Okay,
during that
okay.
fight.
And
I'll
also,
give
you,
you-
say he was a match,
roll.
but I mean, it never happened, so you don't know.
Oh, baby, he was CR19. He would have rolled you guys.
So I'm gonna roll intimidation.
Persuasion. Oh,
Persuasion.
intimidation. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Uh,
Fuck.
No, 16's good. So he looks yeah, he's quieted down for sure. So you don't know if he agrees or disagrees, but I mean that's a good point. He
Hold
doesn't know
on.
what happened up there.
Just for flavor, I'd like to use my last flash of genius to show singed fucking pieces of clothing, blackened armor to just get the point across, just kind of pointing it out while Ezekiel's talking.
And that's
That's
what +5.
It's a yes.
And nice. Now no more flash of genius. Everyone roll for a bunch of stuff. They're all at my mercy now. So he goes, maybe you are a match, but does that mean that you're gonna walk out that front door and risk your life for us? I'll believe
Yes.
it when I see it.
Yes.
That's why we're here.
Well, good. The door is right over there. Just go.
maybe we
Well,
should
we
get,
need your help.
So we didn't get this strong being that stupid.
maybe we should introduce him to Dell.
Okay.
Maybe he could help us out and kind of talk for us. Talk about the army outside and what's possible.
want
and
me-
not
you want me to-
possible.
You want me to talk to myself, Chris?
Yes, that's what we
I'm
want.
just coming up. I'm the one with 8 int
So,
here.
yeah.
I'm like-
Only for one more level, all right? Just hold tough.
I amend what I said. He's stupid enough to get this strong, but the rest of us aren't.
Let me get Dell's
Yes.
here.
I hope to see
There's-
dice rolling.
not-
God.
All right, so Dell comes up, and I'm not gonna do the whole thing. He explains how he believed in the Emperor, and then he changed his mind because of you guys. So I could do the whole thing. Also, I don't have a voice for him yet.
That's fine.
But I do have his sheets. Unfortunately, he is a monk, and he has
Mhm.
really bad charisma. So
Ooh.
But he's very wise.
So say we all.
oh baby, that didn't land at all.
Flash of genius.
No, I used my last one.
And he goes, "You bring traitors from Bellfire into our midst as well? My God, is there no depth that you will not sink to? What's to stop him from going back and betraying us all?
Are you saying that
This is the
Bellfire is
real.
a good guy?
No,
Wouldn't a traitor to a corrupt king be better than a corrupt king?
No, I'm saying a traitor to us. So a supporter of Bellfire. You bring it. How about that? We'll start again. Ready? You'd bring a supporter from Bellfire into our midst, and you worry about what I'm gonna do?
We have gleaned from a conversation held privately by the generals outside that Dell over here is no longer of use to the Emperor and was sentenced to death. We saved him from death. He now owes us a life debt.
And I tell Jimmy to
He goes,
come up front.
No. Okay, what
Have
is
you
the
heard of
plan
our
with-
friend Mool?
Yo, yeah, wait, can we tell Einstein to be nice to
No.
Mool now?
Yeah, I don't remember. So Mool also ran north to the boat with Arthur. I
Oh
forgot
yeah,
about that.
that's right.
That's
So
fine.
you
but
guys-
still
that
tell
was
the
why you had
Einstein-
Arthur.
So
That's why you had Arthur go north.
So are all
Yeah.
of our NPCs just gonna live on this boat now and just like travel around?
They're gonna sail together away.
Yeah, that's
They're
our camp.
leaving. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
our camp. We can fast travel to that
that's your
camp
new
whenever we need.
home. Then it turns into an airship at some point.
Once
Yo,
we find
we're-
that one magic lever.
Yeah.
Yo, we're Divinity 2 now.
There's a respec mirror in the basement.
Yeah, we can be whatever class we want now.
All right. So what are you guys doing with this guy? You want to keep trying to convert him to your side?
I think
So I'm gonna bring up that we have a totally viable fighting force in the groves to the south. If we liberate them and they're provided appropriate armor and arms, we can attack this army at the gates from two sides.
Which army? Which army to the south is this? I haven't heard of any army to the south.
They're
Because you've been
slave-
stuck in a mountain for 20 years.
They're slaves to Balefire. Other demi-humans sentenced to hard labor, destroying groves that have stood for millennia.
And they're, I mean, they're probably in no better shape than us. And why would they come risk their lives for the dwarves?
They don't come risk their lives for you. They come to fight the enemy and free themselves from shackles.
For the
You are
king
just a
of all
byproduct.
furbolgs. Nofstrid.
You have
king
a
of the
hard time
furbolgs.
understanding mutual game, don't you?
Have you
Yeah.
not heard the saying, the enemy of your enemy?
All right, yeah, give me one more persuasion roll. I'm gonna say
God
that's
help us.
the end of the conversation.
Hey.
13.
Could be worse.
I
really
will.
wish I hadn't wasted the Flash Genius.
I'll wait and see. Put me to work. You're gonna fight this army. You're gonna need all the weapons and armors that you can get.
I nod agreeably.
That doesn't
Alright.
mean I agree with you or believe you.
I'd like
But
to
This
lock
is the only
hands.
chance we have.
Like to lock hands with him in agreement. And if
Grudgingly shakes your hand.
when he does that, I go in close and
God.
whisper, "We're trying to keep them from killing you, you idiot."
All right, you want to roll intimidation or persuasion? I'll leave it up to you.
Oh, damn, I wanted to use intimidation on this fucker.
Wow.
Nope.
I feel like that wasn't more of intimidation, but we'll go with it. I was trying to be like, I want to save you.
So I mean, is your intimidation better?
No, I mean that was the intimidation.
Oh,
I
I
feel
mean,
like that
you want to do
wasn't-
persuasion?
I don't know if it was listen, I rolled a 5. Just go with it. I failed. I failed horribly.
So he turns back to you and whispers, "A life of betraying your beliefs is not a life worth living anyway." right, and they escort him from the room to bring him to the forges. And then Shane goes, "That's all the POWs that we had to take care of. I mean, now the subject at hand is the army outside. I mean, do you really think that you could rally a force from the south to aid us? And would they even get here in time?"
Well, I feel like it'd be like a pincer maneuver. So they wouldn't come here; they would attack from the opposite direction.
I don't know if would they even get here in time though.
I mean, I'm really hoping that I'll be forewarned before it's too late when they do decide to advance. And I'll kind of wink.
They both look very confused.
No, I told everybody about this at the meeting.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's true. You did. And I like that. Yeah. So Shane goes, I mean, if that's what you think is best, you five probably have more martial experience than anyone here at this point. So if you think that's best, and you think that the army will stay put, then we will just try to hold off until then.
No,
So
you can't just hold off though. You need to rebuild and fortify and raise morale, because even if we do come with troops, we need to be, you need to start the rebuilding, ASAP.
We unfortunately only have a limited amount of labor. Should we? I mean, do you think it makes sense to take some of the standing army and put them to use mining material, making repairs? And we can try to
I know where you have a substantial labor pool. They don't need to sleep.
They can only do so much. I mean, we have skilled labor that needs to be done as well. We only have so many people. We need to make a sacrifice somewhere in order to make the repairs in the city and make sure that people have food and beds and shelter. And I mean, it's either we sacrifice the army to do that, or we can bring some of the automatons to the surface to have them make repairs. We can take some of Shroomster's people and have them make repairs in the city, but that might put our crops at a shortage. I mean, we have to.
I can take care of your crops.
We're gonna have to
give me 8 hours.
I mean, we can give you all the advice in the world, but if you or somebody doesn't take charge and start leading these people, then what happens when we leave?
Well, then we're back to the one, right? Who's, I mean, or is it a queen? She looks at Truger. I mean, we tried that. I think we'd all agree that it didn't work very well. And Truger steps up and goes, "It just because it didn't work well with my father doesn't mean that it would not work well with me. I would ask for your support in this." And Shane goes, I think that we're better off just having an equal council, and not put our faith in one person. What do you guys think?
I agree with Shane.
I mean, as much as you hate that guy, I think, having one person from every large family on a council would be beneficial. It's never a bad thing to have somebody see the other side of the coin.
I would ask that a few of the common families be also given a vote, lest their voices not be heard. Surely your mountain is not governed by 6 families.
4 families.
Surely they're not all crossbreeding between 4 families.
Oh God.
Oh, I understand. I mean, that's not a bad suggestion. I mean, I guess we put it to a vote. Is that how we want to that we want to proceed. I mean, I would be okay with that. I don't ever want to put our faith in one person be betrayed again.
It's fair.
I turn to Truger and I ask, would you be open to a council that has opposing veto powers to a monarchy? Or do you wish for absolute power?
I don't wish for absolute power. I'm just not sure that we have time for the machinations of a council. That's and again, I'm going to sound like my father, but do we have time? Do we have time to bring this council together? We have issues that need to be addressed immediately. Isn't it better for one person to make those decisions?
How many issues did we just take care of in 5 minutes?
3.
There you go.
Why can't
Way more than 5 minutes.
Game 5 minutes of the game. 5 minutes of the game.
why can't there be somebody, a de facto leader, who is currently in charge of rebuilding the city, and when the city is in a good place that it can be rebuilt, then a council will need to be instituted. And I'm going to look at her and say, assuming you're not your father and will be able to secede.
Isn't this
that
how the
power.
Emperor took control in Star Wars?
I mean, it's also how Julius Caesar took
Yeah,
control.
that's
so
true.
Yeah.
That's also how King Bruger took control. So there was a war and he stepped.
history does not lend well to unreigned tyrants.
I am not my father.
You
we
have
need a
not led me
single.
to believe that you are. However, we have not survived this long by not being cautious. It is not an affront against you, but an observation of the greater world.
And Shane speaks up and goes, I just think we need to make a decision here. I vote for a council made up of the 4 families with a rotating amount of common folk passing through. Truger votes for. She goes, I would rather take the mantle upon myself. I know I can do what needs to be done. I can save the city. I know I can. Shroomster is oddly quiet.
All right, boys. I think we've done everything we can do here. Let's move on to the boat.
Okay, so I'm personally kind of torn. I'm gonna have because I feel like this is actually important. I'm gonna say have Truger
It is. If there's
roll.
any question.
Yes, I feel like this is critically important. Actually, I feel like can she roll against like a 14 for my wisdom save to convince me to vote for her?
Sure. Hold on. I do have a character sheet for it.
Jesus.
Not gonna get to know which stat she's rolling though. You're just gonna know that she's rolling.
Whatever,
wisdom.
charisma, persuasion, or charisma.
You don't know if it's persuasion or deception.
Oh yes, whatever. Yeah.
Oh shit. Nope, you don't believe in her.
I believe the
no.
council is the right way to. I believe the council is the right way to go from here.
He
I
seems
look
like
at
a
her-
flip flopper to me. I don't know if you should listen to his opinion.
Can I ask?
Listen, boy. I have survived many a war.
Can I
Sit-
ask Shroomster?
Oh,
to
ciao,
speak up?
Seth. You're his favorite enemy now.
Oh no, that 1 extra damage.
And 1 extra races. Can I ask Shroomster to speak up because she's been awfully quiet and eyeing Ruger this whole time?
So Shroomster's to him, and he goes, oh, "What the hell did he was business like?" Yes. My only concern is for the people to be well fed. I would actually prefer a council of all common folk. This ruling families thing is. I don't think it's working anymore. The other two
And-
look very shocked by that statement. You can tell that Shroomster doesn't speak a lot.
Wait, the other two who?
Shane and
Mm.
Kruger.
Can we
Okay.
get Pierre? Can we get Pierre's opinion on this?
Oh,
My
God.
friends, Pierre Beauregard Devereaux, king of the dwarves.
I think you are confused.
I am the same height as a dwarf. It's perfect.
I kick him in the balls.
He nimbly dodges.
That was a feint. I crush him in the head with the butt of my sword.
Listen, he is who he is. All right. I'm not changing him for you people. Okay, so now you have 3 plans. You have to vote for one of them. We got to progress.
I'm voting for council. We can
Okay,
move
so
to
there's
democracy afterwards.
there's Council of Common Folk, Council of Noble Families, or one.
Nobles.
Okay,
No,
so you're backing Shane.
we had
I
said
back Shane.
nobles with some common.
Yeah,
families.
like one or two common
Yeah,
families.
yep, exactly. Compromise. I'm voting that way.
Wait, hold on. What does Shroomster want? The Council of Families or Council of Common?
Shroomster wants a
Common.
large council of common folk.
Stuff? Yeah, I'm gonna vote for families.
So I guess we're voting House of Lords versus Continental Congress versus King of England. Is that what's happening?
I guess how would the Council of Common work? Would it be like an oligarchy or like how the fuck? What?
It's it's like the Roman council, right? It's made up of landowners. Sure, why not? Guys, I'm making this up as I go along. I haven't gotten to the nitty gritty.
No, I'm going for families. I honestly too like just people are stupid. No, we're families.
Yeah, I want voices of multiple people, but I also don't want them to sit there deliberating what color banner to use for defending the damn map.
Exactly.
All right. Any dissent?
I put Pierre in the write-in section of my ballot.
Kick puncher. Any thoughts?
Well,
I feel like
I mean, I'd probably vote for Truger.
Okay, interesting.
I don't know.
All right.
I just think she's
Ezekiel.
right. Right now is a time of action, not a time to dilly dally and form councils and all that kind of stuff. But yeah,
They're both good viewpoints, if you ask me. Whoever came up with them did a good job.
I think they're stupid.
Then Shane goes, unless anyone's going to change their votes, I think that makes deciding majority for the Council of Nobles with the inclusion of some common families. I know it's not what everybody wanted, but can we agree to just take this as what we're going to do moving forward?
I nod sagely and I say that is the hallmark of a good compromise.
I throw my poison in everyone's faces. No.
Attack, extra attack, stunning strike. Even Dell could probably kill everyone here. All right, and then so Truger and Shroomster both nod. And Shane goes, we have other smaller matters to attend to, but if you 5 wanted to go get some rest and recuperate.
I actually pipe up before we go rest. I believe I can. I still have some juice left in the tank to resolve some of the food issues, at least in the short run.
Okay, so and just wanted to clarify, your guys' plan with the army is to go south first, right? To get Furbolg.
Furbolgs, orcs, and whatever the hell else is down there.
Wait, we're taking the entire army south with us?
No,
you're
No,
gonna
I think
we're
you
gonna
guys just
sneak
are.
out and free
thought-
them, and then bring them up, and then we're gonna find a rendezvous point for them to pick up arms that are gonna get dropped off by the army, by the craftsmen up here, and then we're gonna attack from behind while we pinch them into a kill box.
He's thought a lot about this.
my commute to and from work is like 25 minutes.
Jesus Christ.
So you think about fantasy murder.
I was gonna say mine's 45 minutes one way. Half a
All right.
city.
Okay. So I mean, if everyone's okay with that plan,
Mhm.
then we'll say we're good. I mean, if you guys
I
wanna
have one
discuss-
more small matter for the council.
Sure.
Jimmy, get your ass up here.
He walks in the room with his warhammer over his shoulder, and his hands are still dripping blood.
Excellent.
Goes, how you doing, mates?
Jimmy, great. I wanted to present Jimmy to the council, and I kind of explained his whole situation, how he was murdered, and we brought him back. And Jimmy is going to be, he's going to be a hero for this city. He's going under my tutelage in training. You can, anybody that knew him before can see the changes already. Kneel to him, Jimmy. I said kneel for him.
Oh, Neil for Jimmy to Kneel.
Jimmy to kneel.
Okay, I thought you wanted the council.
Yeah,
to
I know.
kneel
I know.
to
It's, I
Jimmy.
know
I was
that
very-
came out.
I'm
That
like,
came out awful.
Jimmy's the king now. Great. I
Do you have
guess
anything to
Jimmy
say?
looks at you questioningly and then kneels.
Wait, you disappeared completely.
Hey, you guys hear me?
No, I can't.
Yes.
Okay,
can hear
so Jimmy kneels.
Can I say that way?
So, I mean, you want them to knight him? I don't understand. Just recognize him.
Recognize him. I mean, they can knight him if they want. It's up to them.
I don't think they do that. So,
Okay.
so Shane goes, rise, Jimmy, hero of the dwarves? Question mark?
Good enough.
We'll put a TBD on that.
Excellent. That's all I wanted.
There
That's
you
all
go.
I wanted.
Jimmy looks very happy. He goes, Jimmy the hero.
I
Ciao,
pat
Jimmy.
Jimmy on the back. See, I told you.
Can someone give him the plate armor now?
Oh yeah, and then I pull the plate armor from my back. A gift for your ascension or
Oh.
elevation.
Crikey.
You've earned it.
Starts immediately putting it on. He looks much different with the plate armor on. I don't know if you recall, it glows green.
Oh,
As
nice.
the indomitable status. And he is what do we call it?
Cannot be
Not
intimidated.
intimidated.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
Intimidatable. Okay, so you guys you have your leave. If you have nothing else. So Shane just goes, please stop in before you leave tomorrow. And we can provide some care packages for the road and anything else you may need. Do you plan to leave right away, or?
Yes, that's the plan. I think we need to do anything else here, do we, guys?
May I visit the food stores before we retire?
Of course, Shroomster can show you the way. We will meet you at the exit tomorrow to wish you farewell.
Excellent.
Okay, so you guys have your leave. So Shroomster shows Nofstrid to the Mushroom Caverns. I'm assuming
How many caverns do we got?
5.
Cool. I'm gonna use all 3 of my rank 3 slots and 2 of my rank 4s, and I plant growth all of them.
Okay.
And then Inix wakes back up.
All right, so the mushrooms are bountiful. Shroomster looks super happy with you.
Perhaps this will tide you over until we return.
All right, so you guys, it's like dawnish, right? Like super early in the morning at this point. So you guys fought through the night. So if you want to take a long rest, you can retire to your beds, or if you have anything
Actually,
else you want to get.
long rest and then leave in the evening to get past that army might not be a bad idea.
I agree.
I agree.
So I still have my lieutenant's badge and like uniform tucked away in my packs. By the way.
Okay. I remember that. You tricked the sheriff, your finest moment. Or no, you tricked Jimmy, I'm sorry. Are you planning to masquerade as a dwarf?
No, that was from. We found that in the tent outside of the in the army tent.
Oh, that's right. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. They were talking about the dwarven stuff. Okay. Yes, you do. All right. So you guys are gonna head back to the inn to take a long rest.
I'm going to rest. Yes.
Yes, and I'm going to roll to try to work on my goose.
Okay. So you go
Oh,
back to
shoot,
the inn,
dude.
and you see Glorf.
Wow.
That's-
You accidentally break something important. So you guys head back to the inn. And you actually see Glorf outside the inn, and it looks like someone painted in like giant red paint, like human lover, on the side of his inn. So he's outside trying to like scrub it off. And he sees you guys coming, and he goes, "Oh, welcome back, guys. A letter came for you while you were gone. It's upstairs in the room."
Thanks, Glorf.
I pull out my decanter of endless water, and I use it to create water to help him try to clean off the paint.
Oh, thank you. That's very helpful. He goes back to his scrubbing with the endless water.
Does anyone have prestidigitation? Help a bro out.
Sure don't.
Let me check my spells again. No, I don't.
I mean, I could get it, but isn't that temporary, not permanent?
I think it's permanent.
Prestidigitation is permanent.
Mhm.
It's fine, guys.
Yeah.
He won't take it personally.
We tried.
But what if he does?
Got him some water. Let's go take a look at this letter.
Hey,
So
you guys,
my animals are still with us, right? The giant ass elk and everything.
how long do they last? 8 hours, right?
No, until dawn.
Oh, they are with you right now. Yes.
No, prestidigitation is an hour. Fuck you guys.
Is it?
Yeah.
For cleaning stuff?
Wait, would it be for cleaning? What are you using? What?
I think we're getting our spells mixed up.
Oh, to clean or soil an object. But it says duration 1 hour, so I don't know. That would be a DM ruling, I feel like.
It's a good thing he doesn't have to rule on it because none of us have it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Mhm.
Okay, and also it doesn't matter, guys. We're on to the next thing. You help Glorf. You have a montage moment, and you're all scrubbing it, and you're laughing and having a great time together. And then you go inside. It's all clean. And you go up to your
Excellent.
room, and you see a letter. Which I'm going to add to your journals. And the outside of the letter is addressed to Monster Hunter Crew.
Oh boy.
Is it our good friend Bash?
See if this works.
Oh.
So I have a question.
Hey, I see a letter.
Did that come up on?
Mhm.
Yes, it is
Yeah, it
Bash.
just came right up.
So
Alright.
how did this letter arrive at this besieged Dwarven mountain?
Oh god.
It was a raven. You guys have gotten letters by ravens before.
Bash.
Don't dig in too deep, yay. Come on. All right. Chris Bermundi, why don't you read us the letter? You were the most excited about it.
To my supreme monster hunter crew, Ayana and I tracked down the next hunt on our list in the peaks of the mountains on the mainland. If you're feeling heisty, use the enclosed emblem to quickly teleport to our location. Up to 5 people can hold on to it. Then have someone speak the command word "Bash rules." We are not in any kind of crazy hurry, so we will wait a week up here before we move on without you. Make sure you come fully rested and geared up because this one's a doozy. You know what they say, though. Great risk, great reward. Yours truly, Bash Flamefist, Monster Hunter Extraordinaire, Esquire. P.S. Don't worry about getting back after. Ayana can take care of that.
Thanks.
So we have a week.
I like how there's spell check in this world.
It's
Another-
magic.
another one
Don't
of
think
Ayana's
about it too
powers.
hard.
Magic.
Magical spell check.
All right, let's go right. Can we go right now? Oh,
Sure.
No.
Can we go after we
Before
finish
our
the
long
rest?
rest? Yeah.
Yes.
Whoever you want.
I mean, so we have a week for what it's worth.
I think we should go on the magic boat adventure first. But that's my
Okay, so you guys are going to long rest, I assume.
I feel like this is.
Yes.
Prior to that, hold on.
What was that stuff?
I feel like this is the equivalent
Ooh,
of the
yeah.
headmaster handing you the lamp in Final Fantasy
Listen, you can take on hunts whenever you want. It's fine.
72 push-ups.
Okay, are you gonna train Jimmy?
Of course. I gotta roll. You need me to roll a 20 for that one, right?
Yep.
So I rolled the 20 for my staff.
Oof. Sorry, Jimmy.
Sorry, yay. The secrets are still locked, unfortunately.
I tried.
You know that it has more power. You're just not sure what you have to do to unlock it.
Do I have to bathe it in the blood of humans?
Yes. That's your armor. Your armor becomes +1 every time you kill a human.
Whoa. Holy
Eh,
shit.
Okay, hold up.
That's not true.
Let's
That
just go
is
fight
not
the
true.
army right now. If we can get if we can just get him to kill a few of them.
I mean, for the
Awesome.
greater good, I can just run into a human village and then just spirit guardians like 40 people to death and become unkillable.
Take it back.
What's your alignment again?
Not true.
I'm chaotic good, so for the greater good, for
For
my
the chaotic
ideals,
greater good.
for my ideals is that my gifts are meant to be shared with all and not to be used for my own benefit. And I'm going to loosely interpret shared with all.
Anyway,
Okay, guys. So, does anyone else want to do anything before you rest?
Can I?
Nope.
I want to attempt to. Now that I have extra downtime, I want to attempt to commune with the void that is left where the entity was.
Sure.
What would you like me to roll for that?
Arcana.
Okay.
So with a 22, you definitely feel like you can, like there is a connection still, right? It's gone, but there's still a connection to that power.
Mhm.
You're just you're not sure how to access it, or even if you necessarily should access it though, because you're not 100% sure what could happen. Like if you once you make that bridge, if it can be unmade again.
Okay. So you're saying there's a chance?
Yes. Saying that you need to try more. Can't
Okay.
get it done in one shot or two shots. All right. Any other? I think we handled most of the people who have downtime stuff.
yes.
Okay, so you go to sleep. Ye's pets disappear at dawn, so you're unguarded, but nothing happens. And when you guys wake up, you are level 10.
Yay.
Shit, I didn't prepare my sheet.
Woohoo!
All right.
I don't know if anyone gets anything
Ba-ba-ba.
super exciting.
Come on.
I get lots
Oh,
of stuff
baby
that's super
girl.
exciting.
I
Okay.
also do get lots of stuff that's super exciting.
I
I
get
got-
immunity to disease and poison,
Nice.
and I can move.
You
5
immediately
feet.
swig that poison.
I can cast Commune with Nature,
Super exciting.
Ooh.
or 115 hit points. We'll just go with 115 hit points.
I learned animate objects.
Okay, so now that this is a thing, and since we don't have to worry about a 2-minute anymore, I'm gonna make a headband of intellect, and I'm going to give it to Nors.
Oh my god.
World's smartest barbarian.
You know, I
Jesus
also
Christ.
only have an 8. And
All right. Well, you have to switch back and forth every day. All right.
whoever, yes,
Holy
it's the
crap.
thinking cap.
You gotta, oh wow. I've got to add
Chris,
shit.
have you considered how you're going to RP a very smart barbarian?
Have
I think with a
you,
19 hit, you might be
if
either
you've
the
watched
smartest or
Avengers
second smartest person.
Endgame with the brainy Hulk,
I have not. Oh, I look forward to your rendition.
I don't even know how.
Are you smarter than Erkin now?
No,
Are you
Close
sure?
though, right?
I have a 20.
Okay.
What is that? What is that now? +4 at 19 int?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's oh my god.
What's your magic casting stat? Is it int?
I don't.
Maybe you
I
should
don't.
take Warcaster. Don't you get 2 cantrips with it?
No.
No.
That's
magic.
magic
Magic
initiation.
Magic initiate. There you
Intellect is a default spell casting thing if it doesn't indicate otherwise.
It wouldn't because I don't have a default spell
Magic
casting.
initiate, Chris. Magic initiate.
Hold on, I've got to add. Oh my god, +4 to Arcana, really?
Hold on. Just so you're aware, this is not permanent. This is like every long rest, this can go away.
Oh really?
Yeah. So I can make different infusions. However, every long rest, I can change what the infusions are from my list. Currently, I know 8, but I can only have 4 active at a time.
All right, so I'm not
So,
permanently changing my character
I'm-
sheet. We're just
Yeah.
gonna.
So I'm giving
I'll
you.
just update it as you need it.
Yeah, so I'm giving you this headband for today, but like let's say we go for a long rest, I might be like, I'm not going to infuse that. I'm going to infuse a cloak of protection for myself instead, right? Like
Gotcha. All right, fair enough. Or
Still very good to know.
if you have anything that would give me a better AC, that would also help at some point too.
that
but
sounds like a cloak of
There's some
protection.
plate armor you gave to Jimmy.
I can't wear that. I
To be fair,
can, but
Have a plate
Also-
loincloth.
also, so I at level 10, I have the ability to now craft magic items of uncommon and rare at half the time and cost. So if there's anything that looks like something you might want,
Pearl of Power.
I'm sorry, common and uncommon, not common, uncommon and rare. Common and uncommon
Pretty sure
magic
half the cost is still more money than you guys have earned this entire campaign times 5.
Roughly.
wow.
But we will say that that helps with construction of the goose. Right?
Can I say that since this
Technically
thing
better at doing stuff.
Can I say that because this also is supposed to give me up to 4 magic attunements, but we don't care about attunements, we can just make that, I don't know, a quarter of the cost?
I'll look into it.
Hey.
So I
No.
have 4 levels in Druid now. So instead of an ASI, I'm picking up the Lucky Feat. I wake up feeling profoundly lucky, and also I can do swimming wild shapes now. And what did we finally land on for Healing Spirit? Just twice
just-
the Wisdom
nah, you-
modifier.
You can do it rules as written.
Okay, all right. And I got one more Druid cantrip, so I picked up Druid Craft because flavor.
Yeah, you know why I'm saying healing spirits rules written? You know who else has healing spirit? Professor Monty Crackers.
Oh, nice.
That's fine. Like honestly, balancing fights is a lot easier if I could just assume that you guys had full health at the start of every encounter. It's just easy. But yeah, I'm good. So let's roll.
All right, 1 second, I'm gonna grab some water.
You think I should take the Martial Adept feat?
Hold on.
It is pretty sweet.
You learn 2 maneuvers of your choice available to the Battle Master, and the maneuver requires your target to make a save. So what are you gonna do? Do like sweeping strike and tripping strike, or
Something
tripping
like
whatever?
that.
I'll be right back while you guys are finishing that up. 1 second.
I mean, look at the DC. 8 plus my proficiency plus my strength. It's 16.
All right, sorry about that.
Yeah,
okay.
but you only get 1 superiority die though, so
I'll also be back in like 1 minute.
Are you guys
Yeah.
going to go to the mountain, or are you going to go to the boat?
Yeah, he's gonna decide while I poop. I mean, I'm just running out. I'll be right back.
So evens and odds here. Let's see.
Are you really deciding for everyone?
Yes.
Leave
The
it up to
boat.
dice. That was a good trick. So you didn't tell anyone what evens and odds were before
Yeah.
you did it. So you literally just did what you wanted.
Aha, you have seen through my ruse.
Yeah, you're have a magician on the line, so I'm pretty sure he recognizes how to force a card.
Again, the boat.
My
I'm fine
even
with whatever. So
my even was to kill the monster. What was your even?
Boat.
Ah. Well, looks like we're in a very bad situation.
Back.
mine was for killing all of you guys. And
It's a
I got
good
it.
thing you critically failed.
Oh, it's 1d1. I got it.
Well, shit. I feel like if you roll 1d1, it should turn green instead of red.
Pessimist. Or roll 20 is a pessimist. All right, so who are we still missing? Just Chris.
Both
I'm
Chris.
back.
I
Okay.
didn't know
One
if
Chris.
I think Chris O'Connell.
Norse was actually serious.
I think we went to get a beer.
So for my next meta magic, I took subtle. Subtle spell. Yeah, that's what it's called.
I mean, quiet spellcasting has its merits.
Mm-hmm.
The
I
most
know.
silent fireball on Earth.
Well, verbal and somatic too, so I could just make shit appear without even having to move.
That would have been useful several times during this campaign.
Yes,
so.
I feel like my characters. In most games, I tend not to go super min-maxy. So this character's a bit more min-max than I usually make. So I wanted something a bit more out of combat or flavorful. I should have taken twin magic, but oh well.
Okay, take it next time, right? Don't you get another one pretty soon?
No, not till 17.
Oh, okay. All right, who are we missing? Chris O'Connell, are you back?
I am back.
Okay. All right, so it is a brand new evening with new and interesting things to do.
Nice.
Say, you guys are going somewhere. I'm just not sure where.
Neither are we. It's okay.
So
I mean, you guys rolled a bunch of times.
evens for boat, odd for monster hunt. I think we're currently tied. So if someone wants to break the tie, I believe that's the fairest way to
You
do
want
it.
me to roll a d1 here?
I think we have time for the monster hunt to do it later, rather.
Yeah, I vote holding off on that.
I'm on the boat vote.
Vote.
Boat.
To the boot.
All right, so you guys. All right, so here is a critical question: who are you bringing with you? And please don't say everyone.
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 Yeah, the entire city. Come on.
Load them all up on the boat.
I mean, we're bringing Dell, Jimmy, obviously.
And I need an accurate manifest.
Pierre.
Pierre, for sure.
Mule
Arthur.
and Arthur and Lewis are already at the boat.
I mean, Truger's probably
Oh.
mad about not being made queen, so I'm sure she'll want to come, right?
We got Mool too. He's at the boat.
I'm not sure if you're gonna be able to get Truger to come with you.
But can we try?
You can try anything. If you recall, the plan was for them to meet you at the exit to the cavern to wish you farewell and give you some. No one
Well,
else.
So what I'm hearing is,
Pierre-
had we used the thing to go to the mountain, they would have been waiting at the cavern going, where the fuck are they?
Yeah, basically.
I mean, depending how long it takes you. I mean, you're assuming that it takes a lot of time. Generally, most fights in D&D take less than 30 seconds, right? I mean, how many times have you had a fight that took more than 5 rounds?
It's been a
Touche.
while.
So what he's saying is we would have been 10 minutes late at most.
You would have been 10 minutes
I
late.
mean, we would
yes.
look like absolute ass by the time we got there, but we would only be 10 minutes late.
But had handfuls of new magic items. All right, so you guys collect Pierre and Dell and Jimmy, of course. Don't forget Jimmy the
Mhm,
hero.
mhm.
And you head to the exit. And you see, as you head towards the exit, I mean, like I want to call it like an impromptu procession of dwarves make like a parade route for you guys, and everyone's cheering, and I mean, they definitely recognize you guys. Word has gone out of how you saved the city, and the dwarves are incredibly thankful. So you walk this parade route, and people are throwing confetti and shit on you, and then you get to where the path leads out from the main area down that tunnel you recall, where you pass through the guards, and you got that hole in the ground. And Shane, Shroomster, and Kruger are there to wish you farewell. They have a sack of like dried food stuff for your journey, like 30 days worth of rations.
Mm.
Um,
Nice sack.
True. Shane goes, we cannot thank you enough for what you did here. We will do our best to keep the city safe while you're gone. But I do ask that you do not forget us.
Do you have a plan for any skirmishes that will come your way while we are not here?
I mean, we still have the army. We'll have to do our best. I mean, we're not going to initiate anything, but under Truger's battle commands, I think we will be okay.
Are there any survivors from the prior king's purge that may potentially be used to demoralize the standing army?
Wait, say that one more time.
Are there any survivors left that they could use as slave labor for fixing the city? From that the king didn't slice the throats of?
No, all of the captives from Bellfire's army were killed that night.
That's unfortunate.
Life, man. All right, so if there's nothing else for them, they bid you farewell. And the city cheers as you head down the exit. You're back to the tunnel with the hole in the ceiling. So your rope is still hanging there.
Nice.
So you guys are exiting.
So I look up and ask, how do we know our exit is clear?
Who are you talking to? It's just you guys.
Oh, oh, I thought maybe we had like the army
No,
guard
they
all the way to the road.
they left you at when you left the main cavern. You've been on your own.
I'm not sure the exit is totally safe. Give me a moment, and I'm going to wild shape into a spider and climb up the wall with my sweet ass stealth bonus and see if there's anybody like hanging out at the mouth of the cave.
Of course, now you want to be a spider.
Hey,
So you scurry up the side wall and then out the hole, and there's no one up there. It's clear as far as you can see.
all right. So then I tug on the rope a little bit to indicate that it's good to come up. What's it usually like? 2 yanks for good?
I quite enjoy 2 yanks.
Giggity.
All right, you guys all climb up the rope, and you are back in the wide open world, the open world, as it were.
Okay, now that we're
So
here, I'm gonna search for herbs.
wow, that was fast.
I'm gonna help with druidcraft.
I'm gonna cast commune with nature to help too.
Hey. All right. So what is it? D20 plus nature plus proficiency.
with advantage.
All right. So the way it works now is you're gonna roll to see if you harvest anything, and then roll to see what you find. So it's proficiency plus int for
Okay.
checking to see if you harvest anything. Go ahead. Need above a 15. So the 26, you find 6 things.
Hey. And now it's just regular D20.
Nope. So I did a thing in Excel to do this fast.
Okay.
So I will tell you what you get.
Hey. Okay. Perfect. I'm happy.
See which table you're in. Okay, so the first thing you find is verdant nettle.
Verdant metal.
Nettle,
Nettle.
N-E-T-L-E.
Okay. Verdant nettle.
And then find bloodgrass.
Grass.
Find mandrake root. You keep track of how many things. Quicksilver lichen.
Okay.
Harada leaf.
Okay.
Blue toadshade.
And that is 6.
That's what you found.
Thank you.
Is there anything there that you don't know what it does? Probably.
Probably.
Okay,
And I'll
go
just
over
send
it.
that later.
Yeah, we'll go over it later. All right, so you guys are in the open. So if you recall, the boat, well, the ship, I guess it really is moored north of you. So it's about say like a day's hike or a day's march, maybe a little more than a day to get there from where you are. Head in that direction, I assume.
Yes.
Are you traveling during the night, or you're going to sleep during the night and travel during the day? You're on like a weird schedule right now.
It's daytime now.
It's no, it's nighttime now. You guys slept during the day and then you woke up at nighttime to leave.
Is the area heavily wooded?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, you're in the middle of the woods.
Okay. What do you guys want to do? Travel at night or travel during the day?
What did we do last time to get here? I don't remember. We traveled at night, I thought, right?
We at the very end we traveled at night because we got close to the army.
Mm.
We should
But-
travel at night for now until we get some distance, and then we can figure it out.
So I'm gonna actually cast Commune with Nature then. Take 10 minutes to do that, and in the outdoors, I get the knowledge of the land within 3 miles of us. And I get to know 3 different facts of my choice. Oh, they're right. I got a list to choose from. Well, it's not that hard. The terrain and bodies of water. And I'll skip the prevalent plants, minerals, and animals. Actually, prevalent peoples, though, within a 3-mile radius.
Dwarves. There's
Okay.
definitely a settlement of dwarves.
A human army.
There's a human army. Yep, for sure. Those guys are there.
How about in the direction of the boat?
Um. So is it like is it individual people or like bodies of people?
It says
So there's
uh, prevalent plants, minerals, animals, or peoples.
um. So you know that there's no settlements or anything between you and the boats. I mean, there's definitely animals, minerals, plants, and
Yeah.
potentially people, but nothing
Nothing
that you would
crazy.
say is a nothing prevalent, right? Because I think it really
Yeah.
means is there like a village or like a
An army.
outpost or something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Okay.
Like I don't know if it's gonna test you to tell you what individual people are there.
No, that's fine. And then my third one. Are there any powerful celestials, fae, fiends, dead?
So you get the sense
Oh.
that there is something between you and the boat. It doesn't fall neatly into any of these categories, but I would say it's in the same vein as these categories. Um, so you would say it's falling somewhere between fiend and undead on
Oh.
the scale, but you do detect some presence along your path north.
I explain this to everyone except for Nostrid, who's off pissing in the woods.
Look at that; it was valuable.
Is it one of those?
It was.
I forget what they call them. Those things that Dell was warning us about.
I can't tell for sure.
You just asked Ellie standing right there. He goes,
Oh, yeah.
it's
I forgot we had their whole troop
yeah.
with us.
Yeah, it's the hunters. I mean that could be what you're feeling. I would say they're definitely on the undead side, unfortunately. If they're out there, we need to be really really careful.
I mean, we could take them though, right?
I mean, I would rather avoid battle if we could help it, but if we have to fight, we will fight.
You're more of a lover after all that time with Pierre.
I would be hesitant to wage war against the human army, but these creatures, I have no love for them. I will fight at your side if they come.
Fair enough.
Your loyalty is impeccable.
I try, thanks. My friends, why are we standing around? If they're out there, we shall stab them. Let's go.
The furbog is pissing.
He can catch up. He's a giant spider. I don't think do giant spiders even piss? I don't know anything about giant spiders.
They pee out their butts.
Sorry,
Just,
I'm back. I went to get some IRL good berries.
Wait.
Like when spiders pee, do webs come out? I do not understand.
So what you missed is I cast Commune with Nature, and actually it did a thing. There is something out there somewhere in between a fiend and a, say, undead. Yep. Basically on the direction that we'll be heading, which Dell says could be one of those hunters.
How do we get around them?
I don't know if it tells me. The spell doesn't tell me precisely.
Yeah, it
where
just
it
says
is.
what's out there.
So I asked Dell, how do we get around them?
Oh, I just took a bite of apple. There were a dozen hunters. I'm not even sure if there is one out there. I mean, some of them could track you just by your smell, and there were other ones that learned your abilities just by watching you. And there was giant beasts of men, as tall as 3. I don't know who's out there. I don't know what advice to give you. I think we should err on the side of avoiding combat if we can.
Which way can we get to the boat? Just over water from where we are?
You get over water, so you could walk east to the water and then go around that way, but it would definitely be much, much longer. It would probably take you maybe like 7 to 8 days of travel at that point, maybe even longer. The most direct path is just going straight north from where you are, and there's days of forest to march through, and then you're basically on a beach.
So I cycled in water walk for one of my spells.
I can also just walk on water naturally.
Humble brag.
Also, I don't need your spell.
All right, shortest distance then. Let's go.
Are we all able to walk on water, or just you?
I
No,
also
it's-
have
I
water
think
power.
it's a group spell, right?
It's a
That'd be
group spell.
hilarious. You guys walk all the way to the water, and Ye's like, "Peace, guys. I'll see you at the boat."
All right. Well,
All right, so you guys start heading north under the. I'll say you're heading north under the cover of darkness because you didn't tell me
Yep.
otherwise. Is the plan to just walk through the whole night, or make camp somewhere, try to get back on the right cycle, or you're just gonna walk through the night and then sleep during the day?
We should do that.
I mean, if it's only a day, we'll only have to like rest once, right?
Yeah,
Can
rest
I-
one time. You should be there by nighttime of the following day.
can I ask Della a question before you make this decision? Do these hunters fare as well in the daylight as they do the darkness?
I don't think it makes any difference to them. I mean, I would say that we probably would be better at fighting during the day. I don't think it'll affect them either way.
Okay.
But again, if we're trying to avoid combat, then I would agree going at night probably makes more sense.
Then that's that. Excellent. Just want to see if we got some sort of advantage. We don't. So
Okay, so you guys start heading north. Hold on.
it's my headband of intellect.
Right. So you guys start heading north. Yeah, right. Are you a smart barbarian right now?
Hey.
So you just like thought really hard, and you're like, "There's things out there. I can
Yeah.
taste them."
I casted a spell.
So you guys get, we'll say half a night's march, and you come across a very strange sight. And you're following kind of like we'll say it's almost a path, right? You can tell that people have come this way before. You're potentially following right behind where Mool and Arthur travel. And right in the center of the path, you see a stone arch with arcane runes carved around the outer rim of it, and it's right smack dab in the middle of your walking path.
Do I recognize the runes?
You want to roll me something?
I was gonna roll Arcana since I have a +4 int.
Roll Arcana.
Go for it.
Let's do it. You might roll higher than me. It's very possible right now.
Hold on. D20 +4. Oh
For
yeah.
fuck's sake.
Yeah. You guys can
Alright,
converse
so-
about your thoughts.
So Ezekiel and Nors have a quick huddle up about the arcane runes, and you are fairly convinced that they are planar runes, right? So this matches the description of potentially like a planar arch that would take you either to another plane of existence, or it could move you temporally, or to another spot on the planet. You wouldn't know unless you manufactured it, unfortunately, but the runes definitely
Okay.
match up to that.
Is there anything
guys, it's
other?
Oh god, god.
No, you're good.
I was just telling them what it was. Telling everybody we got a planar arch here.
Mhm.
Gather round while I educate you all.
A chalkboard comes out of nowhere. Puts his
I'll-
glasses on.
I'll use a stick in the dirt. That's fine.
Hey guys, let me tell you about.
He reaches his hand right into my backpack and pulls out the exact book that he needs to describe it.
be wary. Don't touch the planar arch until we tell you that it's safe.
So obviously, I'm gonna go touch the planar arch.
You really touch it?
Honestly, yes. I need to know.
So when you
That is my nature.
when you touch the arch, we'll call it like the interior of the arch, is lights up with like a bluish glow.
Ooh.
I mean, what is this? What else is around here? Is this just? Does it look
This-
like it's the ruins of something, or is it
No,
literally just an arch that's
this
like
looks-
misplaced?
This looks completely out of place, like misplaced in society. Like it does not look like it belongs at all where you're seeing it. And it especially doesn't make sense where it is on the path. You can see the path that you're walking on continues basically through the arch from one direction out the other. So you're just you don't believe that this was necessarily here when Arthur and Mule passed through.
Okay, I would like to roll a history check to see if I can determine about how long this thing has been there. Or I'm sorry, not history, investigation to see when it was created.
I don't
Excuse
think
me.
that's what history does.
Yeah,
Excuse
you
me.
can roll. You can roll investigation. Yep. So it is. I mean, it's in like good shape, but you believe based on the stonework and the car that it is like ancient beyond anything that you've ever seen before. Like nothing that you've ever seen is as old as this arch.
Could I also determine what might have created it based on the stonework or no?
Like who might have created it?
Who or like what race or anything like that? Like, is there anything about the architectural, integrity of this that would point me to, it was, this type of race that obviously created this, or, this specific group of civilization or something like that?
So you don't think it was created by any particular race? And I would say this is something that Norse and Ezekiel would have gotten with their research. That I mean, could only be created by a powerful magic user. So it wasn't created by any specific race that dabbled in this kind of stuff. Like this was an incredibly powerful magic user that can create one of these like planar arches. So you've heard of these like dotting up through history, but you have no idea why it's here.
I've heard of them dotting up through history.
Yeah,
Is
you've heard
there-
of people interacting with these things in other areas and other times.
Have I also heard of, I guess, what sort of situations arose when they dotted up, or if there was any sort of specific entity or being that was correlated with them?
Yeah, you can roll. You can do a history for that one.
Okay.
I'm bad at brain stuff. You guys have all been doing pure intellect shit.
So you know them mostly from like fables, but I mean most fables have a basis in some kind of historical documentation. So you do know that these were have been used by heroes who seek to commune with the gods, or to travel to other of the material planes, right? The plane of fire, plane of magic, right? The astral plane, anything like that. So you do know, but you just have no way of knowing where you're going to go when you step through this thing, unfortunately. So nothing you don't have anything specific enough in your histories to tell you this plane is going to take me to the plane of fire. Or
That's
this
fine.
arch.
That's fine, and that's not particularly what I'm looking for. But what I am trying to figure out is whether there's anything within my history or investigation rules that would point me to any specific, I don't know, fable for a civilization that was in this general area or locale, and I could narrow in on that fable.
Yep. So the civilization that was in this area were the dwarves, right? That mountain where the dwarves are now was their ancient homeland. So that was the ancient civilization that was in this area. They had the whole basically northern part of the island, but
Okay.
their central home and where all their work was done was inside the volcano.
All right, and would there be any specific fable to go along with that on who they might have tried to commune with? Whether it be a hero commune with a god or something like that?
So great question. So we'll say that there is a fable of a person who not of dwarven nature, but someone who saved the dwarves. And when he left, he traveled through this portal. So he saved the dwarven people in ancient times, and then when he was leaving, he conjured a portal like this to leave.
Do I
Hmm.
know what he saved them from?
Irrelevant. Some kind of giant threat. So, the point of it is that he left by traveling through this portal.
Okay. So I'm
Hmm.
going to convey all of this stuff that I know to my party, and let them determine whether they want to also follow where this man might have went.
Compelled by
mean-
my lust for power, I'm gonna say so we're going in, right? Like
Oh yes, I'm so on board.
I mean, if we maybe can get this ancient hero back, maybe he can save the dwarves again.
I'm-
or
We don't need a pincer move with a kill box.
Jimmy looks really sad. Jimmy, the hero.
or we could
The
just
hero.
kill him and take his. I'm sure he's got powerful artifacts of some sort. And then we can leave.
That's how
Hold
we
on.
roll.
So I'm gonna dig in my backpack and pull out a quill, some ink, and some paper, and hand it to Kick Puncher and ask him if he can copy down the runes that he sees here.
Sure thing, boss.
Your secretary does great shorthand.
He copies things perfectly. There's no one
Does
better.
copy.
It puts the lotion in the basket.
So like we're going in, right? That's what we're doing.
I mean, I'm on board. Anyone else?
Let's do
I'm
it.
I'm cool with it. It appeared. I'm all right with it.
I mean, I'll follow anyone anywhere, but I'm certainly hesitant given that we're already in a bit of a time crunch.
Maybe we'll end up here at the same time again. I mean, this is like planar existence here.
And
I mean,
worst
how-
case
how long-
scenario,
Maybe we'll come
ahead.
back in Balefire War.
I mean, how long are fights anyway? Like 30 seconds? It'll be fine.
worst case scenario, we'll just use that, broach or brooch or whatever the fuck the word said. I don't remember. I don't have the letter in front of me, and we can just go to kill the other monster. It'll be fine. We can get out.
Good
This-
old chain Hearthstone.
This
It's fine.
is what I have to say to Chris Barmundi right now.
God damn it.
Oh, the emblem. Nice. All right, we're on board. Let's go.
All right, you guys are going inside.
I'm gonna jump headfirst in out of pure excitement.
Hold on, before we go, can we tell all of our companions to like make camp out here?
I already left.
Yeah, we should
From-
have
From
them.
from inside the portal, you hear Erkin yell, 2 Imixes! What the fuck?
Yeah,
No,
cool.
so, alright, so you want to tell the gang to set up camp?
Hang out here and set up camp, yeah.
Guard our backs. My way.
Pierre, I leave you in charge.
Can you also like message Arthur and tell him like we're on the way or something? Or like
I-
what's going on?
I have a sending stone, and I could, but I'm already in the portal.
Yeah, okay. Right.
I think someone has a sending stone to Lucius. Right?
I'm pretty
yeah.
sure. I'm pretty sure.
Norse. Norse does.
Oh,
I think
okay.
Mark does it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
no, hold on.
No, I don't have it.
You have
Yeah.
3 sending stones. You have
Yes.
one to Truger Brugger,
Yep.
one to Arthur, and one to Lucius. So I'm gonna decide right now. You guys can divvy them up however you want. I don't want to say that one person has it.
My notes had me having the one to Truger and one to Arthur, and Norse having the other one. We can
I
divvy him up if you want.
I seem
but
to
that's
recall
what I had.
that too.
Yeah,
I forgot that, but okay, that's fine.
you have 19 int. You remember it
I
now.
I was just gonna say it just came back to me.
I just think we also just haven't communicated with them at all. I assume that like everything is like
We should leave the
To-
sending
not
stone
terrible.
with people out here and tell them if
Yeah.
we're not back within a day to leave without us.
Yeah, yeah.
Sure. Do we still want to tell Lucius what's going on?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Lucius, Oh, darling Lucius.
Oh my God, darling. Do you know it's midnight right now? What are you doing? Why are you calling me this? I'm trying to get my BDZs in.
You push the concubine out of the way and listen to me.
Hear the sound of someone slapping an ass.
So we've resolved things in the mountain. We're on the way. We've run into a quick snag that we need to take care of. Meet my friend Pierre. Pierre, come say hi to Lucius.
Oh, they've met. Have they met?
No, they haven't met.
Oh
Nope.
my God! Why not?
My friends. Hello, my darling. Norris, can I just say you sound very eloquent right now.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Have you been doing some book stuff?
I have been doing some book stuff.
Well, whatever you're doing, darling, it's wonderful. Stick with it.
Excellent. You keep sticking with the butt stuff. I'll stick with the book stuff.
Agreed.
So we're gonna go take care of a thing. We're gonna leave the stone with Pierre here, and if we're not back in a day, Pierre is gonna let you know. And yeah, that's all I got.
Okay, sounds great. Have fun.
Thank you. Here, Pierre, take this thing.
Hear a clicking noise come from the sending stone.
Nice.
All right, you guys just going through together?
I've been in for this whole conversation.
Okay.
Jesus.
We just go in there. He's 80 years old.
He's just dust when you walk in.
All right, let's go on in.
All right, so I'm actually gonna take a quick piss before you guys jump in.
Oh my God, I can't believe
I
So
just
much
did it on
suspense.
purpose.
The suspense is killing me, though.
I'm also gonna pee while inside the portal.
Oh, nice. I'm gonna piss in my pants right here.
You do you, man. You do you.
That's. I suppose I should go get some water while everybody's doing that.
Okay, so you guys jump through the portal. I'm gonna say that Erkin jumped through just a few seconds ahead of you guys, and then are you there?
Mhm.
Okay, sorry, I didn't hear anything. So as you jump through, the first thing you notice is that, I mean, you are on just a completely desolate plain, right? It looks almost like a desert, right? Just huge expanses in every direction of nothingness, but it looks like it was all like not even like burned away, just like it was something at one point and it's just gone at this point, right? It's just nothingness for as far as you can see in every direction, except for a small, almost like a cabin, maybe 100 feet in front of you. The planar arch is behind you, and that cabin is in front of you. And then as you see this, right, and this takes a couple seconds to register, everyone but Ezekiel takes 35 damage.
What?
So you feel the physical force of magic in the air beyond anything. Even the most non-magical person in the party, which I think is Kick Puncher, can almost see magic in the air. That's how strong it is. Ezekiel, your own magics like leap up to protect you, and you manage to absorb the onslaught, but everyone else takes that damage.
Hold on, I have 20 int and I don't have enough magic to withstand the
Nope.
onslaught?
Nope, 35 damage. So,
Take the damage.
and Seth, you've matched up against wizards and sorcerers and warlocks before, and
Mhm.
you know you felt when opposing magics are at play, and you don't feel this here. Like you almost feel like attuned with the area that you're in right now.
How's that amulet holding up?
Ow.
I mean,
I'm ready to leave.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if that's what's gonna happen, I mean, you guys don't need to die here. I can check this out and then come back. Do we have like the portal behind us? Can we just walk
Yeah,
out if we need to?
Portal's still
Yo.
there. Yep.
Is there any way for me to determine what the fuck is causing this magic?
Yes, I can walk up to the cabin and I will tell you what it is.
Is it from the cabin or from the plane?
I
I'm just saying.
I just assume because it's the only thing we can see here.
Sure.
It's desolation in every direction other than this cabin.
Okay,
I'm-
so what's
Now,
happening?
I'm stepping out because I'm smart enough to not fight a losing fight anymore. So
Yeah, I was the last person in, and I'm just gonna back right back through that arch.
I'm noping right out of this.
Me too.
I look over to Erkin and I say, "Don't worry, I got this. I will find all the answers you seek."
1 second.
I enter a rage. I come back in and I grab Erkin and drag him out.
Hold.
I quickly use Flash of Genius to make something.
I mean,
I stack 5 flashes of genius. What
First
do
of
I
all,
know?
that's exactly how many I have. Wait, where the hell is it?
You think this area is for Seth, but this whole area is just a trick to make Josh burn as many flash of geniuses as possible.
That's okay. He got another broken glass feature that's going to let him survive this. Hold on.
It probably is.
All right. So, real quick,
Taking 35
are there-
points of plot damage. There's no device.
are there stones in the ground? You said it's a desert, desolate wasteland. Is there just random stones that I can pick up?
Like just rocks on the ground?
Yeah,
Yeah, sure.
cool. I'm gonna pick up some stones, 2 stones to be exact. Create some sending stones. But I give 1 to Ezekiel so he could let us know what's going on before I step back.
All right. Did you have to undo something else to make those sending stones?
I no longer have my repulsion shield.
So you
The
take
fuck is a repulsion shield?
70 damage.
Luckily, it's just by touching.
Okay, so you create the sending stones and then
Correct.
jump out.
And then I fuck off.
Ezekiel, you were on a desolate plain by yourself.
I want to test a sending stone. Can you hear me, Erkin?
Nope. You
Through different planes, are
you-
we sure?
you try to speak through the sending stone, and you're not getting anything. I know what
That's
it
it.
does.
The sending stone starts bleeding.
Oh no.
All right. So, I guess there's literally nothing else here other than the cabin.
I mean, you're not sure, but as far as you
Well,
can
from
see
what
in
I
every
can see.
direction, there's absolutely nothing except for the cabin ahead of you.
No, I should have checked with my eagle sight. God damn it.
Can I I want to cast a cantrip real quick.
Sure.
I just want to cast a firebolt kind of off into the emptiness. Am I able to cast spells?
So not only do you cast Firebolt, but you cast a Firebolt unlike anything that you've ever cast before. Like your whole being comes out in a wave of fire that traverses.
Guys, I
So-
live here now.
Can we just like
You
dig
can't
it up?
talk to them, so they don't know what you're talking about.
Roll on the wild magic table.
Yeah, so I'm gonna kind of cautiously approach the house and see if I can. Are there any windows or door or anything like that?
So there are no windows. There is a door at the front of it, though. That's closed.
I'm just gonna knock on the door. I don't really know what else to do.
There's no answer.
Can I? Is the door unlocked? Is it like?
No, it's locked. Screw you. You're trapped. You'll never get it. No, it's not locked.
Can
So
I?
you-
Can I push it open just enough to peer through the crack?
Yep. So you push it open, and it's fairly dark inside because there's no windows, but a beam of light from the open doorway kind of passes over the room, and you can see like a very small room from your vantage point. Right, you see a small bed in the corner. There's a writing desk with like an open journal on it, and then in the back corner of the room, you do see a figure sitting in a chair.
I'm gonna push the door open just a little bit more and hello, can you hear me?
There's no answer.
Throw your sending
Do I-
stone at it.
Does this like does the state of this does this like the description of this plane match any of the knowledge of like the outer planes that I know about?
So nothing that you know about the outer planes is matching up against this. Like all the traditional ones,
Mhm.
and nothing is matching up to what you feel here. I mean, plane of magic would be like the closest thing, but even that doesn't match up like it should be, because the plane of magic has beings and other things that live on it.
Mhm.
Like you just seem to be at like a nowhere.
Okay, I'm gonna push the door open all the way and
Right, so
see who's in there.
as the light spills into the figure in the back, you realize that it's not a living person. It's a mummified corpse, um, uh, garbed in like full magic user, right, robes and
Mhm.
raiments and all that stuff. But he is just a corpse. So everything in the room seems very dingy, like it hasn't been lived in a while. Um, and definitely the clothing and everything that the mummy is wearing is very like old. It looks very old, dingy.
Like older than the archway itself.
So not older than the archway itself, but you'd have to do a deeper investigation to know more.
Okay, I want to investigate the corpse. Are there any like is there any like a pendant or like a sigil or a brooch or something that would indicate who this might be?
So uh there's not anything. There's no sigils or anything like that. Like he does have a ring and a brooch on, but they're not of anything that you've ever seen before.
Mhm.
I mean, the rest of the room is pretty bare. Like I said, there's like the bed is still made. There's a small kitchen area with some food and things like that, but it's there's nothing actually there. There's just like the remains of it. Um, and then, like I said, there's an open book, like a writing desk, and then there's some what looks like maybe like an alchemy station at the back. But everything's just broken or aged at this point.
Okay, so I'm gonna completely ignore the alchemy station.
Strong choice.
No, I'm gonna first.
I mean, from first glance, there's nothing there. Like this is all really ancient stuff. There's nothing there
Okay,
that's worth. It's
I
mostly
just wanted to
broken
see if
shit.
Josh would be annoyed.
I don't know what's going on.
I want to go over to the desk and look at the book that's there.
Okay, so you look at the book, and it looks like there's only one page written on, and it actually looks freshly written on, which is surprising based on everything else. And it looks like this. Share in your journal. You can see it in your journal.
Mhm.
You want to read it to the group.
Hello, traveler worlds, and welcome. I say welcome, though in actuality this place is as much yours as it is mine. You were destined to come here just as I was, just as we all were in perpetuity. We are of one spirit, and more importantly, one magic. You can see around me the results of unbound magic and infinite time. This place is the result of both of these things, for one cannot exist without the other. Each of these items are one of a kind, crafted by us as a gift to the next generation to preserve the former. I cannot stop you from taking them, but do so with my permission. Use them wisely and walk the path as we must all walk. We will speak again, for neither the bounds of magic nor the ravages of time are of any consequence. What? Is it? What item is he talking about? Is there something nearby that would be like that? Must be what it's speaking about.
So the only thing in the room is the stuff that the mummy is wearing.
Brooch and a ring, right?
So I mean, he has a full like magic person's outfit on. So he has a cowl, robes, a brooch, a belt, gauntlet, ring, sandals, and then laying in like his lap is a rod and a wand.
I mean, I guess I'm gonna gather up everything. Take the note with me. Is there anything usable in the alchemy station?
No, there's nothing usable.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna gather up each of the items, but before I completely like disrobe this mummified corpse, is there like can I sense, is the robe magical or the sandals magical, or is there like
It's really hard. I mean, it definitely doesn't look magical. Like it looks very very ancient, just I don't know, like falling apart in a way that you've never seen any magical item. They tend to hold up pretty well. Um, but it's also really hard to tell because I mean the whole of existence, as far as you can tell, like the air is thrumming with magic. It's really hard to pick out the individual pieces.
Mhm.
But again, there's nothing else in the room that you would think is what's being referenced to in the letter.
And this is the only thing didn't you say there was a book on the table or two?
That was it. Yeah, it was the
just-
book with the first page is written in.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I guess I don't know. I'm like I guess I'm gonna gather.
What
up
is the first item that you grab?
probably the rod.
Okay.
That's what she said.
Sorry, hold on. Okay, so sorry about that. So as you grab the rod and pull it from the mummified hands,
Mhm.
you can see that it completely changes. So where it was dusty and worn, it like color almost returns to it. Is kind of how I want to describe it.
Mhm.
And over a couple seconds, it transforms into still a short wooden rod, but it's carved with flowing ridges. Um, and you can see that there's small gems inlaid in it. Like it's completely different than it looked when the mummified corpse was holding it. So this is the rod of the unknown sorcerer. So whenever the wielder spends sorcery points on a damaging spell, you may increase the spell's damage by 1d6 for each sorcery point spent on it, max 4d6. So you can spend sorcery points to increase the damage of any damaging spells that you cast.
Does it?
Then,
If I spend sorcery ports in a different way, do they increase, or does it has to be spent specifically to increase the damage?
so no, I'll say that you can like charge basically. So as you spend sorcery points, you can charge up to 4d6 extra damage.
Oh, okay.
And then as you are looking at the rod, you see that everything in the room is starting to dissolve from the ceiling up.
Can I
Or
grab?
the ceiling down.
Can I grab another item?
So as you reach to, what are you going to try to grab?
Probably the sandals, just because I assume that everything is magical. If that's the
So
case.
as you grab the sandals and hold them in your hand, they don't change at all, and then they start to turn into dust. And pretty much most of the room is gone at this point.
All right. So now, fearing for my life, I'm going to start sprinting back towards the gate.
Run back towards the portal, and as you pass through back into your area and turn around, you see that the portal is gone. So you're back with the rest of the group.
Okay.
Yeah, you're back with the rest.
I thought you meant the portal is gone and I couldn't make it through.
It's all right. Everyone's off the game except for Seth. It's a one-man game now. No, you're back in the real world, but the portal that was behind you is gone.
Is
As
the
he comes
archway
to the
still there?
portal-
No, that's what I meant. The archway is gone.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay.
As he comes to the portal, I grab him, start asking what happened. What happened?
I don't have a damn clue. All that was in there was this note, really. Do I still have the note with me?
Yep, you have the note and the rod.
Okay. There was a corpse that looked like it was probably the sorcerer that you were talking about in that story. That's the only thing I can assume. And then when I picked up the rod, everything just melted away. I guess it was meant to be given to us.
Interest. Let's look at this rod.
I mean, do
Sure.
I instantly know what it is, or
Yeah, you knew what it was.
okay? So I hand it to Erkin to examine.
I examine it, taking notes of everything that Ezekiel tells me. And
Okay.
I also grab the sending stone back so I can rid it of its magical properties so I get my shield.
It's like, yeah, by the way, you didn't answer my phone call.
You didn't answer mine.
While I'm watching the married
Okay.
couple bicker, I'm directing everyone to hold hands and stand in a circle. And
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
oh, I didn't know you were about to interrupt my bullshit to group heal.
No, you can do that.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I was just curious what you guys were thinking when Seth was through that portal.
ow, that hurt a lot.
Fair enough.
How long was he gone, I guess, like time-wise for our plane compared to the other?
So as far as you can tell, it was about equal. So it wasn't sped up time on either side. So any time he spent there was equal to the.
So 3 minutes.
Yeah, approximately. Say 5 minutes. Say he took it slow. So.
All right, so I'm going to say that we stand in a circle, and have you heard of the children's game Ring Around a Rosy?
Up until I got this headband, I had not.
Right. So for 1 minute, we're going to spin in a circle and time it so that we complete one revolution every 6 seconds, and everyone heals 35.
My body can complete this, but my mind will be bored.
Oh my god, it's my favorite.
This is the best use of infusion ever.
Cool. So everyone, I'm just gonna take the average and say we healed for 35, and
That's
just
fine. Yeah,
go on with our lives.
perfect, because that's how much you guys lost. So
Yeah.
I assume
like-
I assume the 35
like-
was
it's like-
intentional.
it's like it was meant. Okay,
I just want to let you
so
know, at the end of this campaign, I'm sending you all of my notes, and I'm going to title it Erkin's musings on our adventure.
So
there
okay.
and back again, the Erkin story.
So
I feel refreshed, good sir. Thank you.
while we're walking, I want to converse with Erkin
God.
and anybody else who's heard about it. Is there anything in these like stories that you said they were dotted around the world? Is there any hint to where there might be more?
Let me roll a history check since I have +4 to that.
Please do. Oh, baby.
So same kind of thing. Like you don't have a ton of specifics, but like you said, you have heard of them coming up through time. You think with your scholar feat that if you got to a real library and dug into it, you could probably come up with some more information. Though,
Okay.
just with what you can recall off the top of your head, you don't have anything really
Okay.
going on. You know
Okay.
that they exist. You're just not sure where.
Okay.
All right. Are we continuing on, or
Okay, so you guys you had them set up camp. Are you camping? I mean, it's been 5 minutes, so they haven't gotten. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I guess we
They
could
got a little bit done.
we could write our schedule.
Hey,
All
we
right,
might as well
hold
just
up.
keep going.
Oh wait, yeah, he wants to do a thing.
Well, I think that thing is dependent on if you're going or staying. 'cause
Oh,
you
I
use
thought we
these
were
animals.
staying.
Okay, so you're gonna summon your animal friends.
What do we get?
Mushroom, a panther, and a giant rat.
Nice.
You didn't use your ability to summon what you wanted with one.
Nah, I want it to be dramatic when I actually need it.
Have you done it yet or no?
I have not.
That's code for I forgot I had that.
No, it's on my spreadsheet.
All right, so you guys are not taking watch because you're having the animal friends take watch. Is that the process? I'm just going to assume
And-
that's the process unless someone tells me otherwise.
Yes.
I'm
the
happy with
animals
that.
and-
Works for me.
I tell him to murder anything that comes close to us.
Yeah, remind me. Can you can speak to animals all the time, right?
Yep.
Can you understand them, or you just speak to them?
So let me link the shepherd thing. Hold on.
I can also speak with animals if I spend 10 minutes to cast the ritual spell. I'm just saying.
I'm okay.
But now that you're super smart, it should be like 5 minutes, right?
I wish.
He's gonna spend 10 minutes now, and he can communicate with people.
So the official second level feature is that I learn to speak, read, and write Sylvan. In addition, beasts can understand my speech, and I gain the ability to decipher their noises and motions.
Okay. I just wanted to figure out what you were gonna hear during the night. So
Yeah, I mean it's an upgrade from the native Furbolg thing, which is I could like talk to them but not understand what they necessarily say specifically.
So, so during the night, as you're sleeping, you hear like low animal grunts near the camp, and you hear a gruff voice call out from the darkness, and it goes, "Emissary of Sylvanas, are you there?"
I wake up. I am here.
Do I wake up
It's-
because I have alert?
Yeah, I'd say the. I mean, it spoke out loud, so I'm pretty sure you guys heard wolf sounds. So, Nostrad heard the words. So
What is it, Brother Wolf?
you hear just that same low, like, and it's like a low whining noise coming through the woods just outside of camp. Maybe and not very far, maybe like 10 feet out of camp. So just back into the tree cover.
Watch out, friends. I sense a wolf. Let me go kill it.
I look at you and frown, and I cast light on my shield.
With your newfound intellect, you should understand.
So as you take a few steps into the woods, you see that there is a large gray wolf, but it looks like it is not doing well because it has two large black arrows sprouting from its lower back, and it goes, "Emissary of Sylvanas, I come with a warning. Something unholy hunts these woods. You must flee." And then, just as he says flee, two more arrows strike it in the side of the head and drive it into the ground.
Oh.
I
And
yell in alarm, say enemies.
everyone roll for initiative.
Oh.
What
Actually-
a fantastic yell!
Actually, you don't have to because I got to call it right at 11, so I don't have time to
Oh.
do a whole combat sequence.
Dun,
But we
dun,
can get set
dun.
up. We can get set up actually. So, guys, roll for initiative. 10 minutes. I got to be up at 4:30. So
Oh,
Ouch.
my initiative is +4 now. Amazing.
It's
Didn't help.
So I'm gonna say that you guys are like just off the road, like right
Mhm.
here. This is where you made camp.
Okay.
Drop your tokens.
Oh,
So many tokens. You are not the Vidal paragon of justice.
Are you sure?
Don't forget the tokens for Pierre and Dell and Jimmy.
Yeah.
And...
That's true. Listen, I knew this one was coming, so this battle is for all of
This is the wipe
So
out the NPCs battle. Yeah.
you.
can you give me a Can you give me a cow?
jeez. What the
The
hell?
menagerie.
Yay, did you change your Furbog token?
No, someone else dropped that. I like that one better.
Oh yeah, it is different.
It's zoomed in.
Same one, it's just zoomed in. You don't have access to it yet?
Nope.
That should be the one in your thing, really? Oh, I'll fix it for you.
No, the player character still says still has the big guy with the stick.
There's a giant mushroom token stuck on my screen that I can't get rid of. Does anyone else see that, or is it just me?
No, it's just
It's
you.
just you.
Just
you.
you.
Okay, that's fine then. Alright, I'll give you control of Yale.
Yeah, let me see if it fixes it if I just move it.
Note to self when you listen to this, give mushroom cow to Nafsh. Alright, you should have control of it. Alright, you guys want to roll in? How much you already did?
Did.
I did already.
Who's missing? Nobody's missing. We're all in.
Alright, Ezekiel.
Oh, 11. Sorry. I'm like, wait, what? What are you
That's
asking?
like the lowest initiative that I've ever had you
I
see
know.
get.
I rolled a
Alright,
4. Sucks.
Norse,
17.
Nofstrid,
15.
Birkin,
16.
Kick Puncher.
14.
I gotta get that initiative tracker working. Keep forgetting to figure out how it works. Oh, Dell. Okay, so I mean, I'll roll the rest of them, guys. So I'll do it right now. But thank you, everyone. Sorry to cut it early, but said I just don't want to. I don't want to get a couple rounds in and then have to quit anyway. So
No worries.
Understandable.
No
but
worries.
I'm excited for this one.
Oh boy.
Which means we about to get fucked.
And now he's got 2 more weeks to devise bullshit for it.
It was already done, so pretty exciting. I'm pretty excited about the map too. So I think it's gonna give us a lot of opportunity. So, because it's much bigger. Like I don't know if you guys know, most maps that I do are pretty small. And it's usually just clumping up around the guys. So this is a much bigger
Yeah.
map, a little bit of a bigger playing field.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Nice.
I'm scared for how many enemies there's gonna be. Where they're gonna come.
I don't really like to do a lot of enemies. I like the one big
Alright.
guy rather than a million little.
You
Considering I
just-
already have to manage 1, 2, 3.
I was gonna say,
Rough
once
deck.
you get the initiative tracker going.
Yeah, it'd be a lot easier. So plus just all the fucking character sheets I have up. But I realized I have to make a character sheet for Dell. I had one because I reskinned an enemy when he was a bad guy. And when he became a good guy, I never made a sheet.
That's cool. We can still have legendary actions.
Yeah, right. Oh, yeah, Dell would have whooped your ass. Yeah, that was fun. So,
Yes.
So when is the next game?
2 weeks.
calendar.
The
I
third.
think I'm on vacation.
Ooh.
Oh no, it's the week after. So Yep, the 3rd works for me.
Should be fine for me.
I should be good.
Yeah, so it's actually the one. So when we play the 17th, I'm gonna have to change that one. That'll be a
Okay.
Mexico. So I'll have to either do a 1 weeker or a 3 weeker. Feels like a long time since the last time we played, even though I'm pretty sure it's only been 2 weeks.
It's only 2 weeks.
That
Yeah,
is
I was thinking
correct.
we sat down today. That felt like a really long time.
It's because we had like a solid like 3 weeks where we went, straight, and then we were like, nah, let's not do that anymore.
Mhm.
Not good for health. All right, thank you, gentlemen. I look forward to re-listening to this and laughing at all the jokes again.
All right, have a good
I will
night.
talk to you all.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Good night.
Night.